Hello and welcome. It's Roller Wiener Monday. It's 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, depending on where you are in the world, across the fruited plain, no matter where it is. It's warm today, 74. Yesterday was brutally humid. All right, what's going on out there today? It's, of course, a Roller Wiener Monday this week. Safe Driver Week's coming up. Speeding. They're going to look at speeding. Remember that Minnesota tanker driver that got arrested in the protest? You can't see me doing air quotes. Protest, right. There's an update in that case. All right. So the tank truck driver of the year, he's been driving 57 years and has 7.1 million miles. Does he? Can he do that? And let's talk about this 76-year-old driver. No gas in Colorado, but is that our fault? What the heck? Why is that our fault? Well, it's not all roses and unicorns when you're a local driver. Top 104 hire carriers are out. I have some of them listed, including the top 4 apparently, and some others. So we can see what's going on with that. And let's see here. And stocks, fuel, rates, and some Dogecoin is up as usual. And let's see. There I am here doing things, clickings. All right, so welcome. Eddie McFadden was first today, and I appreciate that. It's good to see you today. The president, George H.W. Bush, is in Marseille, France. Very nice. Relaxing by the Mediterranean. Boy, that's super good. Have something nice to eat over there. Those French people, I'll tell you. I assume you're wearing a beret as usual over there. Columbia, George, it's good to see you. In the lobby at Concentra, waiting to renew my DOT physical. Oh, well, here it wasn't too bad this time here, but there were a lot of people. I was really surprised. Trucker Hershey's at home because his truck broke down at the truck stop. That's not great. Oh, let's talk about that. And what are they doing about that? Anything? And once you're broke down, you should get paid. So I hope that's happening. Joan Harper, hello. What's going on? Currently hauling George Costanza. This is interesting. 12-foot wide tires to a copper mine in Arizona. Yeah, did you need an escort for that for 2,000 miles? I was looking at that. Oversized space, not a bad way to make a living. That's true. That's a good way to make a living. Be specialized. Specialize, right? Generalists make money, and specialists get rich. So that's how to do it. Do you need an escort? Misty Ramka's here today. Hello there. And let's see. Right, George Wilson, good afternoon, evening, or night. Yeah, all across the world, people are here. Carl Tarusu travels. What's happening? Ken P. running bricks all week. Bricks, right. Kelly, the humidity is terrible. I agree with you. But where you are, I mean, it's horrible all the time there, right? So here it was bad yesterday. I mean, 73 dew point. Dew point's only 60 degrees today. That's traffic and weather on the 10s here every 10 minutes on the 5s. Checking in from Provo. Misty, you finally got out of Oregon. That's good. Before the whole state collapses. Salt Lake City, much better, at least for what you're doing. Super Luigi 305 is going to get your CDL on the 7th. All right, welcome to the club. It'll be good to see you. That means you buy lunch on the 7th for every other CDL driver in the United States. That's pretty awesome. So I'll mark that down right after the holiday. That'll be great. Went to the ocean, then Columbia Gorge. Oh, that's pretty good out there. Yeah, at least do something. Let's see. Kelterusu Travels. I'm going to go to Truck Zone 2 months. Already have a permit on vacation. Nice. Take a vacation before you got to start work. That's the way to do it. Relax before work. Spin off for Crap Company of the Week as a Crap Truck Stop of the Week. You know, I saw that and I thought that's pretty interesting, Rich. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, where would you begin to start? No doubt. Parked at the Petro in Arizona. Yeah, some of them are all horrible, right? Yuck. Especially in the back of them. And see, this is all our fault. We shouldn't be doing this. You can't go out and say, oh, I'm a professional and I throw pee bottles in the back of where I park. I mean, come on. That doesn't happen. Rolling Wiener's out and on deck. Oh, yeah, sun's out, Wiener's out, absolutely. Your favorite truck stop, Misty's GC's in Washington State. Good old-fashioned with food, real food, and plenty of parking. Probably one of the last independents then, right? I mean, soon, I guess someday they'll be bought out, and all we'll have is the TA Petro, and that's it. ADA is my favorite cryptocurrency. Kelterusu Trails, I don't know that much about them. I just saw it in the news, and I've been following it. It's Dogecoin. It's 22 cents, by the way, for those of you that are following it. Way down today. Maybe time to get some money into it. I have no idea. I'll see your financial advisor for details. Rich loves the 201 and I-75. The parking lot is a trap. A trap of what? I mean, what are we being trapped? Holes? Some of them have holes. Some are a pee bottle trap. Some are just people walking around trap. I mean, some of them do have gigantic holes. Get to these truck stops in the back. There's a huge fall into a huge hole. What's going on? Don't pick up the brown plastic bags. Don't pick up anything. I mean, that is why I kind of say, I give people a little grief about the flip-flops and that, but really walking around, especially in the back of a truck stop, you don't know what's back there that you're walking on. I mean, holy mackerel. That's good to cover your feet just for that, if for no other reason, Looks like rain today in southern Indiana. They're saying on and off thunderstorms in the area today, not like last week. Oh, I came home Friday. What a huge storm there was. Huge storm coming back Friday night, so that was a total mess. I was surprised to see one of the first Freightliners I've had in a long time where water wasn't on the inside of the windshield. So super happy about that. I assume that'll start happening soon. Eddie's back. That's good. It's what's said is the mega truck stops have had to put a good lot of good mom and pops out of business. Yeah, that's not bad too. Mega truck stop. That's a good way to put it, because there's just a few now. And they crush all these small places that were decent to go to. And so now every place is the same. That's good and bad. But you don't get all these independent truck stops like you used to have. Here's a good place to be learning a lot from Mark. I appreciate that. I'm learning apparently go on vacation more as everybody's traveling the world. And here I am. Excuse the typos. Look, some of this voice to text is horrible. And I'm not certainly the spelling police. No problem. As long as we can sound it out, I'm okay with it, especially with fleets requiring to pump at certain mega truck stops. Rich, I know, and that's one of the things that bothers me. I'd like to see people get to a fleet or whatever that doesn't have a fuel route, where they don't have a fuel solution. You must stop here and get 50 gallons or 48 gallons. I've seen that. That's ridiculous. Try to get to a fleet that doesn't do that. Misty's drinking already. Well, it's afternoon at some places, so it's okay. Next time I'm up there working, we'll have to meet up. Yeah, exactly. Maybe we'll see everybody. Yeah, is anybody coming to the Walcott Truckers Jamboree, the July 10th? Who's going to be there? Will somebody be there? I'll come out if somebody be there. It's 600-mile round trip for me, which I'll do if somebody will be at the Jamboree. July 10th is a Saturday in Walcott, Iowa. You're always drinking Monster drinks? Yikes. I tried one of those Red Bulls when they came out, and I thought they were horrible. I thought that's how people stay awake. They drink drinks that are terrible. So, not great. And I think I didn't put the picture. There we go. Okay, so that would be more helpful, didn't I? I clicked it and it clicked back over. All right, no picture. Nice. Sweet. This is why they don't have me on CBS News. All right, so there you go for that. Nice quote, Trucker Hershey. Yeah, that was pretty good. I love that. Try to get a good one every week. I do better on some than others. Only one for me, so... what an intro. I'm expecting lightsabers and an honor guard. Yeah, midlife trucker. So am I when I walk outside. So, good morning from sunny Washington State, Ryan. That's awesome. What's going on up there? Happy Roller Weiner Monday. Good to see you. I assume that'll be a post there from Mark. You didn't change your picture, I know. Where did I go off to? I don't know. I lost my spot. That's even better. Oh, okay, because it just updated. Great. My company gave me next. Where'd I go off to today? I'm sorry, I lost my spot, so... Taking 5 days home and loving it, Midnight Trucker, that's awesome. Hey, Alexander, good morning. Good morning, drivers. It's good to see you here today. Where'd you make it off to today? My company gave me an extra delivery today that I told them ahead of time I wouldn't be able to make. Nice. I can't do it. Can't wait to say I told you so. When, where did I go off to? I lost my spot. Everything moves around. Holy mackerel. Mark, I don't know why anybody tunes in. I barely can watch myself. Okay, so, here we go. 5 days home. Okay, can't we told you so when they get annoyed later? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'd write that out for sure. Went on a quest to find elusive teal trucks, found them in Joliet. Oh, yeah. Grabbed one and have 3,800 miles in the past 7 days. Mississippi Holler. Wow. You are rolling it. That is a lot of miles. Celtic Rooster Travels. Thanks to our host for keeping us informed. Bow to our sensei. Oh, I appreciate that. If only. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Out to the sensei. That's pretty good. I'm going to start using that. I'm going to tell my wife that somebody said that. So I'm in for that. Kelly, so he's driven 57 years with 7.1 million miles, right? Not possible unless you want to include Teeny. Well, here's the thing. All right, so I did a little calculations. I did the math for everybody here. And he says 7.1 million. This is the tanker driver of the year. That's about right at 2,400 miles a week for 57 years straight, 52 weeks a year. Now, I haven't been driving since 88, but I know there are people that were driving in the 70s. could you have made those kind of miles without the interstate system fully done in the 70s? That's really my question about that. And that's every week. So that means if you took any time off, you're really rolling more than 2,400 miles a week that you're actually driving. Is that possible to have done since the 70s and even into the 60s? He's 76 years old. So, and he started driving 57 years ago. Would this have been possible? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it, but maybe. Maybe. It's certainly better than KLM. KLM's over laughing. 57 years, that'd be 38 million miles at our company. That's what they're saying. But that's the problem. Truck's at the dealer, says you can't look at it till this afternoon. Nice. We'll see it later today. Hopefully they are paying you. Oh, another one, BD5. I've been to Marseille. Nice. Well, I guess I barely get out of town here. Close I get to Marseille is like a croissant sandwich. We don't have anything. I'm saying hi, camera. Yeah, I know. I switched it. Has Millis ever returned your emails? No. Millis never wrote back to me. So they want drivers, but apparently they don't want to talk to me. Found the singular furniture warehouse that has wait times to rival Walmart. Nice. Well, as long as you get paid for it, right? Saw two teal headed southbound in Georgia. That's the thing. Not around me, though. Flat highway running an empty tank from Chicago to Laredo. Why do they need it all the way to Laredo? And I know I'm a little behind here. Hey, Mark had a blast to the manhole last week, and it's nice down there, isn't it? Literally. You literally had a blast there, depending on which room you're in. Check your van from work, Pennsylvania, bring home some dozen eggs. That'd be great. Loves in Memphis, Tennessee is a good start for... There's so many. I mean, so many. And you notice it's mostly these large chains. Paul Harris, the planner's having a load delivered this morning. After picking up, I realized the planner failed to plan. Surprising. I was running on recaps, couldn't make the delivery till I'm still 11 hours away. The thing is, the planners usually aren't drivers, right? I like GC's there off Interstate 5 in Washington. The Walmart is truck friendly. Those, remember, as you go, if you park at a Walmart, be careful. Some are truck friendly, some boot you. So boot your truck. Midlife trucker pilot in Atlanta seen minefields with less holes. Some of the holes are gigantic. They should fix them. I mean, it's not like, it's a little bump. Some of them, like your whole axle goes down in the hole. Ferris truck stop in Fawcett, Missouri closed. They'll be bought by somebody, I'm sure. Flip-flops at the truck stop, Hugh. I'm skeptical of what I track in my truck when I walk around there in shoes. Yeah, I just don't want what's on there on my feet. All right, I see it otherwise, but, especially if you're walking from the back, who knows what is out there. That's the problem. Loves and Pilot Flying J are taking over the industry. Yeah, in 5-10 years probably, that'll be basically all there is. There'll be a few small truck stops dotting the rest of the country, but that'll be about it. It'll be 90% will be that. Ask the truck driver school recruiters if they give instructions in European clutch control techniques. Do you guys give instruction in European truck clutch control techniques? Oh my gosh, they'll hang up on you. Joan Harper, when I work. Well, that's good that I don't ever get asked that. And for new people, right, do the show for every Monday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time across the fruited plain, as they like to say, and around the world. And I don't ever mention who I work for, and I don't recommend other people do either that do videos, because it keeps the company out of your videos. You don't want them messing around and saying, you can't say that. So I do that. I don't recruit for my company. Some people do. Hey, look, if you like the place, do it, but that's not for me. So I don't recruit for my own company. So that's why we keep that out of our. Cheeseman lets you feel at any Pilot Flying J, no fuel solution, midlife trucker. Yeah, that's how it should be. Then you choose. So the ones that are better. You don't have to wait in line. Bingo. Something like that. Even if it's just like any Pilot, that's great. Some companies, if you've never been to one, anybody that's at these, some companies give you a place. You must fuel at this truck stop. And some of them even say, get 72 gallons or whatever. They go right down to the gallon. Trucking up morning, everyone. What's happening? Pigpen afternoon picked up a load this morning in Middlefield that has 2 stops, Cedar Rapids and Omaha. That's still pretty good miles, though. The man with the face, it's finally back, much to people's chagrins, probably. There I am, yes, of course. Sunny here in northern Tennessee, headed to Ohio. That's, I want coast to coast, right? Dashcam Sam just made it. What's going on? I'm in a loaner truck headed to Rockford, Illinois. A loaner. What happened to your truck? I love all your mistakes. We all love you. I appreciate it, because without it, believe me, it's just me here. So, look, not exactly Walter Jacobson here, believe me, and people that only live in Chicago know that. The motor coach charter bus industry wants to swipe back the drivers they lost due to trucking. Well, did anyone go to trucking for motor coach? I mean, I see ads for these coaches in Indianapolis. There's some large, the Free Enterprise System that runs out of Indianapolis. That's the name of the company. And they want drivers, but do drivers go back and forth between that? I mean, does KLLM have local? Yeah, in larger cities, most large companies, most of the mega carriers in large cities have a few local jobs. Some of them have a whole local contingent. But in most large cities, they'll have some local drivers to deliver loads, especially where they do a lot of business. You'll see some local trucks. I see a lot of England day cabs in Indianapolis, so they must have some kind of thing going on, probably down there at the water or it's Nestle or whatever on the corner on the edge of town by the airport. So I see their day cabs all the time down there. So yeah, these large companies have day cabs in large cities. TMC has day cabs in the Chicago area. And it looks like their regular truck without the back, and I assume we still have to clean it. I've been watching Napoleon Dynamite, so I had to say it, but seriously, listen and learn from you. Keltaroost, well, I appreciate it, and I never saw that. Did you test drive that Jaguar, Alexander? I did go drive the Jaguar, and I'm going to go back there this week and talk to him more about it. Yeah, and it is, as you would expect, awesome. Believe me. As soon as you sat in it, you're like, wow. A stitched leather dashboard? Nice. No plastic anywhere in sight. And it smelled like a new crumpet in there. GP Transco's here. Good afternoon. It's good to see you. Are Crocs considered flip-flops? George Costanza. Well, I'm not a huge fan of Crocs. My sister-in-law loves them, but I'm not a huge fan of them. I'm just saying, in the truck stop, when your feet are exposed, not as much as for us to see them, but when they're getting onto your feet, whatever is on the truck stop ground. So if you have to walk in from the back, that can become pretty grody. Cash King Trucking is here. Hey, what's going on? Also, Trucking with Diabetes is here as well. Probably right there with him. Your jammer. Mark, 7 million miles is BS. Been around trucks my entire life. My dad owned those old-time trucks back in the 60s. Average speed loaded was 45. Empty wasn't much faster. It seems like 7.1 million miles is a lot of miles, even in 57 years, to me. You're just taking like basically 125,000 and multiplying it out. That's right close to what you come out to. It's one thing to get that many miles today. I get it. But, I mean, for 57 years straight, you have to do 2,400 miles a week, every week average. That seems like a lot of miles in the 70s. It just does. The interstate system wasn't even done when I started driving it completely. Mostly done. So there were still detours. I don't know. Chicken Hauler, my company medical staff almost messed my license up. I got a letter from the state saying my CDO was being downgraded to what? Needless to say, I'm not trust anyone to send in my health card. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, look. They say that here too. Oh, well, the medical place. Oh, we'll just send it in. Okay. I go, okay, but I send it anyway. I also do it myself. I just go to Staples, and you can like self-fax over there, or you can do it at a truck stop or whatever. But always, everybody, I tell people, send it in yourself, even if you have to pay $2 or whatever to send it in. Oh my gosh, never trust anybody to do that. That's your license. That is your license. Well worth spending, whatever it costs to send that in. And here in Indiana, there's like an 800 number you can call, and you type your info in, and it'll tell you what the expiration date of your license is. So that works out really good. Gustavo, Mark, I respect you for not going to GP like other people. That's a road company, so and they don't have any local drivers in this area. So Love's moved next to the Road Ranger in Tuscola, Illinois, and the Ranger might close. They're getting like little to no customers. Yeah, because some companies make you fuel at Love's or Pilot. And honestly, if you're a driver and you have to fuel somewhere, you're probably going to park there as well. It's annoying to fuel somewhere and then go out and park somewhere else. You're already there. Plus, you get your points and a shower there. It's just going to run the other places out of business. You don't get very many places that allow you to fuel wherever you want, and so you're always fueling at these off-brand places. Ken P, if they put 4 or 5 Pilot or Loves in the Seattle area, that would only be a blessing. Not very truck stop friendly. Yeah, some cities need them, but then the city is the one that's against doing it. They go to put it in, and all the residents are like, oh, get all those drivers away from us. So you got that problem. You got that problem there. Oh, let's see. And went off again. Boy, I'm behind. Trucking with Diabetes this year. That's what I thought. Hit the like button. I appreciate it. GP Transco's like, what's wrong with going to GP Transco? Alexandra, someone hit my truck. Oh, that's right. You did say that. Did a decent amount of damage to my front end hood. And then ran off. Oh, and so now they're fixing it? Okay, and so you're in a loaner? How's a loaner? I had a loaner this week. I had a story about that, too. I'm in a loaner also picking my truck up next week after $30,000 in-frame at Cummins. Wow. So are you paying for that? How much does an in-frame cost? Oh, $30,000. Is that what the in-frame actually costs? Wow. Can't you buy a truck for that? I mean, seriously. Of course, you get a new engine this way. Trucker Hershey. Trucker's coach has announced he's going to GP Transco next month, doing the lease purchase on the 2022. Oh, I didn't know that. All right. Well, that's awesome. You know, I'm not for lease purchase anywhere, pretty much, so which would include there. So, but I always think if people do it, I always hope they become successful at it. Certainly, I don't want to see anybody fail. So, wouldn't be for me, though. Hi, Mark. How are you, New Jersey Devil? Hey, I'm awesome. Doing great. It's summertime now, so be out. Short shorts. I had my nair. Did my nair this week, so I'm all set. GP Transco. People are now vomiting. I was in Elmhurst last week. Those your new Cascadias over on York Road at GP Transco. Yeah, they get new trucks all the time. John Slayback. Vernon Downs in Vernon, New York has lots of parking, and the kitchen is finally open. Lots of slot machines. All right. While you're eating, you can play the slots. Al Johns is here. It's good to see you. David Stanzowski Jr. Oh, GP Transco is one of the top paint companies in the country, no doubt. Yeah, I'm seeing 80 at over there. That's pretty good. Canadian Tanker, you're going, hello, Marky Mark. Hey, what's going on? Can you get 2,400 miles a week pulling that tanker? You probably can now. Misty, I travel for my company and run local routes. Over the road, but kind of stay in nice hotels. I get my continental breakfast. Look, got to live the life. I think you have a pretty good deal there. I really like the way that what you're doing. It's a different way to do the road. You're on the road, but still, but not really on the road. There's something for everybody, and that's a great way to do trucking. My truck had a malfunction light on, and after start the check engine light. Great. TA computer check said command module link data link. Did it say it in the Star Trek computer voice? She's dead though, so I guess it couldn't have. I am 70. Started driving 74. I have 4.5 million miles. Well, see, from 74. So, well. Could you crank it up a little bit? You got 6 more years to get another 3 million miles. 2,400 a week straight. That's 52 weeks a year. I'm saying that's 52 weeks. So if you took any of that time off, you're going to have to average more than that, really, on the weeks that you drive to actually average 2,400 all year. It just seems like a lot in the 70s before the completion of the interstate system. It seems like. I made 2,400 last pay period at Holland. Wow. Huh. You say pay period like it's not a week. Is the pay period more than a week there? James Bass, I-75 north of Atlanta is prime example in the 70s. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't all done. I remember their spots, dotted lines on the early atlases I used to get. Drove 33 miles to dealer. Odometer said I drove 2.4. Trucker Hershey, glad you're not at Zenith where they pay hub miles. So that would stink. You want it to be the other way. Sam, I saw KLLM day cab at Denver the other day with a container. That must be something new. No, they've done containers around different areas for a while. There's another YouTube driver that worked at KLLM for a while running containers in the Memphis area. So I know that they've run containers around here and there. And some of them are labeled, like JB Hunt's big container. I see England containers around, so it just depends. That's probably not one of their containers, but hey, they'll take a look where they can get it. Bricks Morris, good day. It's raining in Florida. Well, what's new, right? But in 10 minutes, the sun will be out, and you can be back on the beach. Creature 937, you go right to the DMV and pay your money, ensure your medical passing, and no update it right there. That's true. You can always just show up at the DMV, depending on your state. I guess you could do it here. It's pretty easy. And just give it to them. But you can also fax it in, at least here in Indiana. If you can find a fax machine, perhaps at a museum that you're still allowed to use, and fax it. That's how I do it here. They all go to Indianapolis. You could go to the DMV, I suppose. I just go and fax it in, and then in a couple of days, I call the 800 number and make sure that the expiration date that they have online is updated. No matter if the place, and I don't know if it's because I fax it or maybe the medical place faxed it, but I'm not risking my license that somebody else does it. They don't have a vested interest in it. I do. Ken Peak, excuse me, Mr. Mark, but after test driving this Jaguar 10 times, I have to ask you, are you going to buy it? I would really love to buy this, and we're going to go talk more about it at the dealer about getting this Jaguar. And he called it purple, and I had to... He goes, oh, you the purple one? I'm like, do you have more than one Jaguar here that I need to look at? And I go, plus, Jaguars are not purple. I told him they are burgundy. And so he goes, oh, sorry. That was pretty funny. Pretty funny. Are those miles including counting all those loose leaf logs they threw away? Sam, what about, those are from 4 logs. I mean, look, it's maybe possible. This is not like that KLLM driver that had to average like 6,000 miles a week. This might be possible. I wasn't driving then in the 70s, so I don't really know. It doesn't seem like it's possible. It's just a lot of miles. Maybe it's possible. Midlife trucker, pilot flying J with shower power and premium Wi-Fi. It is my park and go-to. But you, it must admit, I mean, since you park at them, some of them are horrible. And then some are great. So it would be great if we could have a fuel deal where you can fuel at any of them. Right, that's the best thing to do. 2,400 miles a week in a covered wagon, Ken P. But could you have done that in like 78? You know, that's the thing. Pulling it with an Astro. I mean, seriously. Alexander, to clean it up, but it smells like cigarettes. See, I wouldn't be able to tolerate that for 2 minutes. They're going to have to clean that out or something. They shouldn't really let people smoke in the truck, but especially if they're going to loan it out to somebody. That's kind of gross. Follow that Oregon Trail. Uh-oh, I got dysentery. Who played Oregon Trail? Probably only me. I lease anybody for 33 cents a mile. I understand that Cash King Trucking still has an open international available to lease out as well. So to someone so why are there more gas shortages? Well, Colorado, apparently the pumps are all closed, or some of the pumps are closed, and they're saying, look, we can't get any drivers to deliver our fuel. There's no drivers around. But I know people think local jobs are all, roses and unicorns, but that's not really the case. Local drivers, many of them, have to work 70 hours a week, and I think that's too long, personally. But 70 hours, I mean, is just exhausting week to work, because a local driver doesn't even have the benefit of really having a bed with them. So if you had a long day, at least your bed is there. That driver may have to commute, although that's their fault for commuting a long distance, and get 6 hours off a night. That's crazy. 6-7 hours a night off. And some of them are with their families. Part of that time, they don't go home and go to bed. And so drivers don't do it. And so they are having a trouble getting drivers. And really in Colorado, do you want to be hauling fuel up over the Eisenhower every day or whatever? Forget that. It's hard enough to do it. Weekly pay at Holland. All right, that's pretty good then. I mean, that's a serious paycheck. That is a serious paycheck. If you could pull that down every week, wow. My company offered me $310 a day to pull liquid and dry bulk. Thinking about it, home every day or gone. I mean, it's still $1,500 a week, right? That's $77,000. $310 a day. Misty, when I ran Reefer at Pride, we were only allowed to use Pilot Flying J, but since they paid for parking, I would reserve parking and I had a place to park. Well, that's worth it. And if you can use any of them, it's okay. It's when a company says you must fuel this one, I think that's the problem. But if they say, look, any Pilot Flying J, I'm okay with that. Then that's a lot of them. When did they complete the interstates? Really, the actual completion was just a few years ago where they called it and said, we're done. They connected 90. I think it was somewhere in Montana. They connected the last mile of it or something. But in the 70s on the maps, there would have been a lot of dotted lines. My maps, 89, 90, there were still dotted lines on some of the interstates. So I know that before that, there had to be a lot more. It just started in the late 50s to build all this up. So that would have taken a while. You can do that online to the DMV. Danny, I guess you could. I mean, it does say fax, and I like going to the fax museum. They like listening to that sound. A continental breakfast is a joke. I expect a lumberjack breakfast, George Wilson. I need a lumberjack breakfast, please. More of those little pats of butter, please. Flat Highway, our daily rate for local drivers, get $300 a day for dry van. For liquid or gas, we would say it should be $350 a day. Yeah, $300 is not a bad flat rate, right? Would you live in a container home? Yeah, I would, sure. I could live in a tiny home. personally. I don't think the wife would like it very much, but I'm somebody that could live in a tiny home or an RV. Teal is nice, but previously working for Prime, it was a heck of a lot easier to find your truck in the truck stop. Ken P. Yeah, you know, the only thing, one of the good things about Prime, I guess, you can get all different weird colored trucks. So pick out some weird coloring, you can always find it. Peter, why is Indiana so bad? Oh, I mean, come on now. We only have one license plate. You can put a hilarious plate on the front of your car. That's worth something. I'm thinking about moving a new piggyback trucks before I retire. Does it pay good enough to mess with, Gear Jammers? Anybody done that? I knew a guy that did it, but it was years ago. He liked it. He pretty much liked it. You don't have to sleep in a truck stop anymore. He got motels every night. They won't let you sleep in the truck. And they flew him back, and so he didn't have to pull a car around. The deal was there. He would take a cab to the airport from wherever he was at the last place, and they flew him back. He did it for Volvo from Virginia. And he went all over the place with these trucks. Some of them super nice, like owner-operator spec trucks. And then sometimes he'd run day cabs across the country because that's what was being ordered. So where did I go off to here? Let's see. Oh, right here. Crete does containers in North Carolina. There you go. Libraries, you can make a fax. Oh, I never thought about the library. They'll let you fax from the library? Huh. I actually haven't thought about the library. Trucking with T-Bone is here. Sorry, I just met KLL. I'm local. Must be new to Denver. Oh, maybe. I've never seen local container trucks in Denver. Yeah, some of these places just pop up and they go, oh, you know what? We can get this account, so let's put some trucks on it. Never know. I email that way you have evidence. Look, I believe some places are paying like that. Absolutely. Now, John's got a promotion on middle management. Oh, dang it. So now you're keeping people under your thumb, right? So awesome. I could email it, but I also mailed it in. Oh, mailing. I never thought of using the mail either. Just faxing it seemed like the way to go. Happy Roller Wiener Monday, Joe Ritchie from Holland Enterprises. Trucking Answers Fanatics from Holland. Right. I hope each of you are having an awesome day. We're doing great over here. It's always an awesome day here. I have to shave a few IQ points, but not a lot. Yeah, no doubt. Tell people you don't know what they're talking about. That sounds great on gasoline, GP Trans. See you in a year. Right. What's up on the diet? Yeah, I'm in the next hole of my belt, so I'm happy about that. Moved in a hole on my belt, and my pants are gigantic. I was sagging for a while, so I had to move the belt into the next belt hole. But still got gigantic pants. So weird, but very roomy in there. Listening in from New Jersey. Thanks, GP. Unlike the ones I wear to the manhole, right? The leather ones. The newer Pilot Flying J do a good job in their parking. The spots are wider and easier to back into. You know, that was one thing they needed to update. The one in Indy at exit 4, right? It is down there. Oh my gosh. That by Mr. Fuel and all that. Holy mackerel. They had accidents there all the time, and some of them are just terrible. They needed to update that, and that way more drivers to come in. Maybe they did that because the fleets that use these are getting bigger and we're getting too many complaints saying, look, we're getting too many accidents at your lousy parking lots. That's possible. Midlife Trucker, feeling multiple brands hurts the driver because you can't get shower power and the max points. That's true, but look, you shouldn't live your life for points or whatever. And we have drivers that do that. Oh, Mark, why don't you fuel at the same place? Because holy mackerel, look at all the points. So, and they show me they have like $62 of points. I'm like, wow. I'm like, that is exactly how Bill Gates made his money. And then they give me a dirty look and leave. So points, yeah, I mean, the showers and that, I agree, but you should be feeling enough. Certainly get a shower every day. And the points are nice, but it isn't like life-changing money. It's money. It's money. It's not life. I mean, it's not like big picture money. Need more companies in here. Would love to see them fight it out in the comments. They're always invited. Companies are always invited. And very few take me up on it. Knight and Swift have containers. Yeah, that's true. That's right. They have their own labeled containers, right? Whenever I write to a company, I always put on there about the live show and that they're welcome to come. And they don't. Can I work part-time delivering piggyback trucks? Gear Jammer, I don't know about that. You'd have to call him and ask, hey, can it? Because some of them, you know, some of the runs that he did, at least out of Virginia, were coast to coast. You know, he'll take 3 day cabs to Seattle. And that's a long drive. So I don't know how you do that. You'd have to call the place. Maybe. Is anybody delivering those? I don't know that much about him. Other than he did that. It's been years. Cash is King Trucking / Trucking with Diabetes is here. Hit the like button. It doesn't hit back. Nice. Tip Heroes 20% the new normal for good service. Well, thank you very much. That's the new pandemic amount because of the low pay. That's correct. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's good. And let's see, where did I go off to here? I applied for a shag position. All right. They wanted me to work 6 days a week. I told them I wanted local because I want to be home, not working 14 hours a day, 6 days a week. Right. That's the thing. People come and then they work 14 hours a day and they're like, well, crap, I'm not home anyways. I get an 8 or 9 hours a day off. That's crazy. Cash King Trucking is done for the day, thinking about showering. On a Monday? Didn't you already shower on Thursday? I mean, more than one a week, that's way too many. Misty, I left my previous job, which was local. I was expected to run close to my 14 hours every day, exactly. I do far better money-wise and time-wise the way you're doing now. 14 hours a day, every single day, is no kind of decent local job, I don't think. There's no point in that. You might as well be on the road. You probably do less money, and just coming home to sleep and leaving, I don't consider that to be local. I really don't. People give me grief. Oh, you don't work much. That's right. That's why I'm local. Okay, I don't work much. I agree with you. To do all that time, I would just be on the road. Joe Ritchie, goodness, thank you very much. Tip the host for the latest tips and for tolerating Cash is King. Cash is King, a friend of the channel. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Send my medical on an app, works really well. Really? So the state, I don't think Indiana's up on apps, believe me. I will say Indiana would be the last place I would think would have an app to send that kind of stuff in. Hazmat drivers can't go through the tunnel unless level and pass. Otherwise, they have to take the pass. Sam, oh, okay, that's true, right. I'm saying there's a lot of mountains and stuff. It's just a big hassle. The pass, and 14 hours delivering gasoline. They never finished it. They've been working on I-35 since the 90s. Flat highway. No, I read a couple years ago they officially announced that it's completed. And that the amounts that they're doing now are like additions to the original map. I remember reading an article about it. Like the original map, like it's signed off Dwight Eisenhower, that part's done. So, but they're still doing more. I agree with you. I-69 is scheduled to be done in just a few years. The last like 3 miles of it. When I started driving in 95, there were still dotted lines on the maps. That's what I'm saying. Sultan, right. So imagine 20 years before that. So say the map in 75 and you were driving. How much dotted line was there? So it's tough to make time going through every little dinghole town in the country. Trucker Hershey, I thought they still worked on 69 going south. Yes, they're still working on it. Indy to Bloomington, they're still working on it. Good afternoon from North Carolina, Bill. It's good to see you. Cash King Trucking, let me know when Indiana finishes their interstate highways. We're constantly working on them, and there's cones everywhere. 69 will be done in just a few years. It's been way too long since they've added any new interstate highways. They need to make 98 that goes from New York City to Hawaii. Day cab, gear jammer. Well, 69 will be the next new one to be done here. Semi-medical on an app. That's really something. If you wear it, make it apparent always. Always have a headset on. They have a new one out at 300 or something I saw. They haven't sent any to me. New Bernie, hello. What's going on, Keltarus? You sleep better and feel better after a good shower. Absolutely. Always get cleaned up, especially a tough day of driving. John, fly me to the moon. Oh, nice. Let's see here. So what did I have over here? Oh, and I just do a spin, right. All right, for Betsy is here today to see what's going on with white whiskers. But all black cat. I love those black cats. They're hard to get adopted, by the way. It's the hardest color to adopt. Doesn't make any sense. And there's Fleet Nav Systems. It's good to see it today. I heard from Indiana. It was settled by people from Kentucky on their way to Chicago, but broke down from all the bad roads, probably. Joan Harper, you can fax from the library, but they charge you for it, but scanning and emailing is free. Well, if they charge me, I might as well just go to Staples then. At least I know it's getting done. Can the lady at the library with her glasses hanging down from those things around her neck, can she help me fax? I don't have thumbs. Paid health insurance after 2 years at Holland. That's true. At Holland Enterprises, after 2 years, which is an interesting thing, is free health insurance. So I like that idea. When I worked local, we were greedy savages. Clock out after 14 hours, walk a few blocks to another outfit, clock in. We were high on our own juices, George Wilson. Yeah, but people don't understand that working more only makes you tired. the way to make money is not to work more. Okay, once people, as Motivation Monday, once people understand that, then you'll have more money and work a lot less. So working more only makes you tired. It doesn't make you money. Joan Harper, congratulations on the weight loss. Oh, thank you. Yeah, going slow, but coming off. Drinking water to chopped up cucumber and mint. Pretty refreshing on a hot day in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I needed that yesterday. Kansas King fell asleep. He possibly is in the shower. For twice in a week. Did you hear Chicago got a tornado? I did. At the south side of Chicago. South side was devastated by a tornado. Went through Chicago or whatever. Yeah. Just get all the points cards from all the truck stops. Yeah, on the road, I always had a couple rubber bands around the visor, and I had a big, thick stack of cards when there were actually more truck stops, Sapp Brothers and all these other ones in there. And depending where you stopped, you got that card. Look, I'm not saying don't collect the points or anything. But I'm saying the points don't really make any much difference. Even, okay, so you get a couple of $100 a year. In the big scheme of things, that isn't that much money, to be honest. The card only used to get the showers. And so eventually you get the points and you go buy something. But how many medieval helmets do you need? That's the thing. Sharp Hour lets me take a shower 7 days a week, Midlife Trucker. That's true, but I think you should be getting enough fuel every day to shower every day. Right? Trucking with T-Bone. I always save the points so I can buy my wife something nice from the truck stop. Hey, look, I have fifth wheel puller. Happy anniversary. Isn't 17 a fifth wheel puller? Nice. Cheeseman does containers. Oh, do they? See, a lot of these places run containers around. Did Millis ever answer you? They never did answer me. And they're not on the show either. About 50-50 between fueling at Pilot Flying Jan Loves. That way I have points and showers at both. That's a good way to do it, too. The company fuels everywhere except the TA. They had issues with the shop. All right. They go, look, we're not fueling there anymore. We'll teach them. Someone should buy K&B to see if they've stopped that helicopter. Yeah, Alexandria. Yeah, they're also invited anytime. The pay there is not terrible. Especially if you're willing to be a road warrior, as they say. But, this micromanaging has just got to end. That's no way to run a place. I used to tip minimum the price of a gallon of gas. Well, the price of gas today is $3.16 here in Lafayette, Indiana for gasoline. And the average diesel price is $3.28 this week. So, but it's $3.16 today. I did not fill up the Escape this week, so didn't get any gas. It was $3.84, I think, for a premium. I'm amazed how much drivers FedEx Ground is losing to companies paying 75 to 80 cents a mile. Is that going to last? So if the rates go back down, how are these companies going to continue paying 80 cents? I see a lot of places, even W-2 places, paying 80 cents. And I'm like, okay, so the rates right now, right, flats, let's see, vans, $2.68. So say it goes to $1.68. Are you going to be able to give a driver 80 cents a mile? Half the money, 50%? I don't know about that. I think it's going to be really tough because there's a lot of costs involved in a driver besides their pay. New Bernie, 69 is a great number. The clinic sends it for me, Flat Highway. They send it for me too, and I don't trust them because it's my license on the line. So I send it no matter if they send it. Oh, we sent it. Okay. I still send in the medical, and everybody should. Highway has an interstate. What state does it connect? That's true. The interstate highway, H1 or whatever. Yeah, it's an interstate highway. That's correct. Cash King Trucking is the Orange Construction Bureau, the new state mascot of Indiana. There's so many, and it's nerve-wracking to drive by them mile after mile, seeing them on the shoulder. You know they're about to walk out into the road. Black cats are sweet. I enjoy everyone I meet. I enjoy all cats that I meet, for sure. Yeah, that's Betsy for Fleet Nav Systems. Black cat with a couple of white whiskers hanging out there. My kitty is a black Bombay, Misty. Her is the best push. She travels with me too. Really? What does a Bombay cat look like? She can help you with faxes. Okay. Hello, ma'am. Born in the 1800s. Do you know what a fax machine is? I'm just saying. I actually never thought about the library. Maybe next physical I'll give that a thought. Maybe it's cheaper than Staples. Indiana cannot use that as a mascot. Oh, I was already using it. Cash is King Trucking. I went through the south side of Chicago after the tornado, and it blew the looks of the place. Yeah, nothing. At least there weren't any shootings during the tornadoes because all the bullets got blown out of the way. I assume right after that, people continued their shooting spree. But until then, no shootings. So It's been crazy. Okay, hey, hi everybody. How about stop shooting each other for a day? That'd be great. Danny, when I was with England, I used to feel there all the time. I'd love that. Would make it by $65 in points a month. All right, 65. That's $700 a year, right? $800 a year. Okay, I'm just saying. Although that seems like a lot of money, big scheme, not a lot of money. Not a lot of money. Get the points. Take the points if you get them. Don't worry about them though. And I will say, at the end of the year, that is a nice present for your wife for Christmas. I-40 Flagstaff to Kingman was not complete because it was part of 66. These have been linking up for years, and so I don't know how you get 2,400 miles a week, 52 weeks a year for 57 years straight. I don't. Is it possible? Maybe. The guy KLLM? No. This guy, maybe. Yeah, way back when I had the Petro card, Flying J, Frequent Fuel, or the TA card. Yeah, they all had a card. Once those cards came out, I grabbed all the cards, certainly. I still have a lot of them. But I didn't concern like, oh, I'm going to go here so I can get my fuel points or whatever. The micromanaging at K&B is the price of getting guaranteed $15.25 a week. That's not worth it. You can get $15.25 a week a lot of places and not be micromanaged. You know, you can go to a place that just lets you do your job and get $1,500 a week. How about that? You know, there's places where you can do that. Maybe like a place like this. Where you can do it and not be micromanaged every day. How about that? Can we do that? Can we go to one of these other places and do that and not be micromanaged to death? I don't know why KLLM thinks it's a good idea. Because it's certainly not. As I lose my spot again. I do one thing and I'm lost. I had an interview with Estes Express Lines. They ran an ad here the other day for a city tractor trailer. Waiting to hear back. Hope I get it. Patrick, yeah. They're running an ad for Kokomo, of all places, which is about an hour away here. An hour east of here. $30.80 an hour. That's what the ad said. So, what's a McDonald's chicken nuggets? I have no idea. I haven't been to McDonald's in a while. It's safe to say that Land Air has absorbed Covenant Transport. I still see their trailers, Covenant. I still see the trailers around. Talking with Joker, KB also charges drivers for failed DOT inspections. What do you mean failed? Charges. And God forbid you get in an accident, they take $1,500 and it goes on your deck. They can't do that. They cannot. Okay, I should say this, and Fleet Nav Systems knows this, right, that I'm not an attorney, and if you need to see an attorney, contact your local FMCSA field office or the attorney of your choice. But the way I understand it as a non-attorney, okay, so cannot withhold wages for people. You can't for accidents or failed inspections. You can fire them. You can always fire them and go, you're fired. Anybody who has their wages withheld for anything, immediately report it to the state. I worked and I didn't get paid. They refused to pay me my wages. Every state's got a Department of Unemployment and a wage and hour division online. Go and file immediately and say they won't pay me my wages and let the state go get your money for you. They can't do it. They can fire you though. They could go, you're fired, just like that. Diesel's $3.80 in Pennsylvania, but 74 of that goes to IFTA credits, cash king. Yeah, you got to figure all those IFTA credits out. I know each state's different on how all that works. I'm just saying the average for diesel is $3.28, but you're getting a big 74 cents of that as a lot of IFTA credits. So that might be a cheaper price, right? Even though it's $3.80, the price of the pump isn't really what matters, right? Because it depends on the credit and everything. That's a lot to figure out. What do you think happens to all the roosters? I don't know. Roosters, they go to McDonald's? I hope not. Yeah, you got my kitties pick Bella. Bella. Do we have a winner last week? It was for the roller wiener grill. No, you weren't here, and so we didn't do anything on the grill. As a professional connoisseur of a Ford hybrid, what are your thoughts on the new Maverick? I'm not a truck fan, and it's small anyway, and the hybrid's front-wheel drive only. Ford hybrids do good. It's a CVT also on the hybrid, so not going to be great that way. It's going to get good mileage. It's their new entry-level car, $20,000 for the base model, but it's front drive only. I mean, it's like getting a Chevy, it's like a Ford Courier, let's put it like that. It's the new Courier. That's actually what they should have called it. I heard the tornado got shot 6 times. People were shooting at the tornado, probably. Bang. Oh, let's shoot this thing. Then we can continue shooting people. In the South, we shoot at tornadoes. That actually, I might believe that. And actually, I kind of believe in Chicago. You're correct, being greedy cost me my health. Now I sit here at 55 on disability with all kinds of problems. Can't run a rig no more. George Wilson. Yeah. Greedy, people think working, makes money. It doesn't. Work less, make more. And it's certainly making money. It's not being greedy, I don't think. But yeah, don't work so much. Relax. There's more to life than work. People put all this, put work at the top. That's the least of your problems, right? That's the least thing that matters to you, certainly. People that then when they have cancer, they go, "Oh, dang it, I just need to go work more." No, people realize quickly what's more important, and it isn't work. It isn't. Shoot out a tornado, the bullet could go in around and come back out at you. Oh, that would be such great justice, wouldn't it? If the tornado spit the bullet back and killed the people. K&B is the second chance carrier because of their treatment. Yeah, that's sad because the pay is not terrible there. I will tell you, if that's true, if they'll take people instead of Western, I'll send them there instead of Western Express that may have, background issues, because at least the pay's higher. John, the Circle K in Westmoreland, New York has a diesel fuel, but good luck filling. Just off the thruway. How much could it be in New York City? Or in New York? I saw McDonald's sign this morning, 20-piece nuggets and medium fries for $7. Well, that's not terrible. Is it? I don't get the chicken there. QPC me there. I still remember when your shower credit was the corner of the fuel receipt. Oh, the shower credit used to be its own fuel ticket. It used to be its own ticket. So your fuel receipt had different pages, and it was a different color, pink or yellow. I don't remember what color it was, to be honest with you. But that was your shower ticket. That's why they call it a shower ticket. It was literally a page of the thing, and you turned it in and got your shower that way. It was good for 7 days usually after the date on the receipt. Yeah, that's how those work. Because people in the CB were like, "Oh, give me your shower ticket." If you didn't need one, you could give it to somebody else, and they'd go get a shower. Oh yeah, those were the days. Those were the good days. You could get a shower ticket from somebody in Ontario. Arizona didn't start building the interstate through Phoenix until the 90s. Yeah, Jeff, that was another one, right? The interstate didn't go all the way through Phoenix. You had a dotted line. So you'd have to get off and go around there. I like the Maverick. Sarah Palin, not the truck. That truck is small. Let me tell you, I saw a picture of it. It's small. And I'm not a big truck fan. It's just not been my thing, trucks, because if you need to haul something around, the bed's open. So in the bad weather, I'd rather have an enclosed. If they were going to make maybe a small Bronco Sport. Oh, wait, they make that, right? So it's enclosed inside. But in the Maverick, right, you either have a hybrid or the 2-liter. So get the 2-liter and get all-wheel drive with it. And you're still just in the high 20s. Not terrible, but it's tiny. Misty blast from the 80s past. There's a Sizzler next to my hotel. Steak and all-I-can-eat shrimp. There's still a Sizzler? You must go in there. You have to go in there and get that. There hasn't been a Sizzler around, oh my gosh, in so long. Sizzler. Does it look like the Sizzler from the 80s? I mean, is it that Sizzler? Oh, I'd totally be in there. Fleet Nav's going to head out and work on some new videos we're putting up on our channel in the next few weeks. Stay safe and have a great week. All right, it's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Get your shovels ready. I assume it's going to start snowing up there in the next few weeks. Truck wind chain. That's probably why Phoenix roads are so truck friendly. Maybe because it took them a while to build it. Foreign cars are the money pit. Get Toyotas. The Maverick, by the way, built in Mexico. Keep that in mind. Mavericks assembled in Mexico. Foreign cars are bad, so get a Toyota. All right, but I will say most Toyotas made here. Cash King, the Ford Maverick is doing the 2-liter EcoBoost all-wheel drive. Yeah, if you get the 2-liter, which I have in the Escape, and you get all-wheel drive with it, absolutely, that's the way to get it. I think that's the way to get it. Forget this hybrid. Forget all that. 40 miles a gallon. Gas is still cheap. It's only $3.816 today. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's tip 2. Do not sweat the small stuff. Sweat the big stuff, and then you can afford all the small stuff. The great freight sage logic. Yo, what's happening? I still 70 is not continuous. You have to get off US 30 in Breezewood and continue south on I-70. That's true, right? You always got off there and had to reconnect. A tornado that sucked up a lot of tomatoes. Imagine. That'd be funny. It's the classic Sizzler. Nice. Well, you got to go in there and get something to eat. Absolutely. I haven't been in a Sizzler in a decade easily. Can you say fat chick? Look, any chick can go in there and get anything to eat, or anybody else. Go, Philly, go get your $7.95 worth of food at that place. Oh my gosh. Or however much it is now. Hopefully it's 80s prices, right? That's what we want in there. I want a Bronco and OJ White. The new Broncos are coming out right now. They're just getting to dealers, so you can consider that. Fuel stops are notorious for making up products in their stores, sometimes marking up, sometimes at 200%. Dave Johnson. I agree, but is it a markup? All stores mark their products up. No store sells their product for price, right? That's how they make money. Stores are to make money, and of course, as an individualist, right? The store can mark it up to whatever they want, and then you can buy it or not. That's what I always say. So if something is too much, like I don't mind paying $39 for a helmet, an 1500s helmet. I don't mind doing it. But for some people, maybe that's too much. They can get it at chainmail.com and get it for less. But for me, good price. The amount of food. Oh, yeah. You just got to pull yourself up to the buffet and eat all day. We're here. Please feel free to do the giveaway today. GP Transco. All right, we'll do that today. We will. Looking at time. Okay. Danny, Malibu Chicken. Do they have that there? Your grandmother had a 70s Maverick car in the 1990s. 302 small block. My Maverick was an inline 6. Misty, the EcoBoost has had issues with fuel, getting past the rings and diluting the oil. They do. They do have some problems. There's a class action lawsuit, and for those of you that know, right, I had my 2-liter EcoBoost replaced at 7,000 miles, so they had to replace the entire engine. Other than that, the car's been fine. FYI, my local restaurant says they're not ordering any more steaks. Prices went up drastically. Really? Well, so what? Tell them to raise the price. McDonald's is offering $500 sign-up bonus, probably payable in Arch Card. I'll take an Arch Card, and I did see that here. McDonald's just went to $15 an hour. So is the Family Express, $13.15 on depending which one. Family Express is showing $15 here. Dairy Queen's only $11.50. Sad. I mean, what kind of blizzard are you going to get for that? So amazing. Amazon warehouse in Indy is now $20 an hour in Lebanon. There's a GNC warehouse there that's got a billboard for $19.50 an hour. So there's certainly jobs that people could get where you can make a living. I don't think starting at $19, $20 an hour for 40 hours a week, that's not bad. It's $40,000. I mean, that's not terrible money. Is the next car you're going to be a Ford? Maybe. You never know what I'll get. I mean, it does kind of aggravate me that they replaced my engine already. But they did take care of it. I'm still sweating that Jaguar out. Tonight I'm going to pull out my projector and watch movies at the shop. You might as well. Sizzler and Ponderosa are owned by the same company. Is there still a Ponderosa around? Oh my gosh. GP Transco, George Costanza. How much do you pay for loads that go from Joliet to Chicago? Werner was notorious for hosing drivers and they split a load at Joliet. Well, see, why would a company purposely do that? And a lot of that, see, a large company should have, like Werner, they ought to have local drivers do that stuff. The deep dish pizza in Chicago wasn't fazed by the tornado. No, the pizza probably just sat there. They're 47 pounds. The best. Jeff, have you checked how much Carvana will give you for your car? No. I know it's a hot rod. Well, kind of. No, I haven't checked into Carvana. It does not matter where a load is going or where it comes from. 60 cents, loaded, base, empty, address to address, and other stuff adds 5 to 6 cents. There you go. Texas Trader, you don't want to see what the dealer add-ons over MSRP on Broncos is now. Oh, some dealers do that, I will say. You'd have to watch that. Yes, but when the Super came out, the local Toyota dealer here had one, and I popped over to Bob Rohrman, and he had $40,000 dealer on it. So, right on a separate sticker. What did he call it? Market adjustment. Love that. So it was sticker plus $40,000. And by the way, the car's gone now, so. I want a two-door Bronco with 7-speed manual and heated seats. All right. I think there's one version where you get the manual in it. So, yeah. You'd get a load from the terminal in Chicago, 33 miles, and it'd take 5 to 6 hours to do. See, those kind of things is how you lose a driver. When you get a short load like that and go deliver it short, that is how you lose a driver. So somebody'd sit there and make $18 and sit there all day. That you don't keep people that way. Chicago Police Department thought the tornado was a protest. Yeah, a protest. That kind of protest. Is there any shag or short haul pay for loads like the example? Shag pay. No shag pay, GP Transco. McDonald's is better than Western Express. I will say at $15 an hour, you're probably better off at McDonald's than Western Express. Send a picture of the Sizzler. That's going to be awesome. I haven't seen one in so long. There used to be one in town here. Just got hired at McDonald's, and it's only $150 sign-on and $11 an hour. It depends on the city. Maybe they don't need as many people at the McDonald's for you. Drivers who do short local loads at GP Transco are local drivers getting $300 a day, so the over-the-road driver would not be pulling them normally. Yeah, any large place, look, and bigger place like Werner or whatever, they should have local drivers at every major city. Trucker Hershey sees a Ponderosa. Where are these going on? Amazon gives you incentives to quit after 3 years of working there. Hey, why don't you get out of here? Probably after 3 years you want to quit working there. Because what? Bezos is in the news. Because Weiner was talking about this, that, is the workforce expendable? Do truck drivers not want to be drivers because it's an expendable workforce? Well, let's be honest with Weiner. We're all expendable. Me, everybody is included. And people that don't think that, look, if you quit or died, the company wouldn't close that you work for unless you own your own company. It's just you. So we're all expendable. I mean, no problem. And Jeff Bezos apparently said people are lazy. He said there's an ethos there that he thinks people are lazy. Well, they generally are lazy. My truck went in the shop this week. They sent me a message. They go, hey, Mark, you're taking this different truck. Yeah, your truck's in the shop. I didn't know it needed to be serviced because they didn't put a little sticker on it. So they're serviced, and I get a different truck, and they goes, oh, that driver already hooked your trailer up. Well, the legs are like a foot off the ground. They didn't crank the legs all the way up. Why? Because they're lazy. That's why. And so, I look around. The windshield had easily 5 days of bugs on it. Probably the whole week, maybe more. 7 days. Filthy. You couldn't see anything on the windshield. Side windows, filthy. I was cleaning all the windows and everything. That's from being lazy. When you fuel that truck, okay, that truck had one fuel tank on it, okay? It only held like 100 gallons of fuel. So you cannot tell me that driver been driving that truck all week and didn't fill it up. You can't clean off your windows? That's somebody that's lazy. And so people in general are lazy. He's right. He's right. And we're all expendable. You can be fired at any time, and the company wouldn't think anything about it. Become a source of contention at Werner. Every time you split a load, you get a load to deliver. It was very frustrating, George Costanza. That's how they would get people to quit. And I would tell them, look, this is not going to happen. You keep doing this, and I'm out of here. Why don't they have a local driver? If there's that many loads to split off in Joliet, to be honest with you, why doesn't Werner have a few local day cabs spotted up there and have some drivers? Drivers would love that. They could get home every day, make hourly pay or a flat rate in the Chicago area and be every day. Why don't they do that? I guess because they can get road drivers to do it for $18. Sultan, I remember those days of the Flying J when you'd fuel and they would send you coupons to your house and you can use them at the restaurant for a shower. Oh, that's right. You would get, oh man, that's true. You'd get a thing in the mail and you'd get some coupons. You could get a discount at the restaurant, showers. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's good. Did you set the alarm yet? No. Wow, $40,000 extra for Supra, BMW Supra. Very good. He should put a manual in that car for that money. They should have, but they didn't. But I will say that dealers noticed, has notoriety for that kind of stuff. There's a pinstripe on every car. That's $300. Rust proofing and all these other goofy things. He does that all the time to add money into the cars. But that car had 40,000 sticker on it as a market adjustment. Love it. There's a sister in Tennessee on I-24 west of Chattanooga. Oh, we need a road trip down there. I don't mind a short load if it's getting me closer to cross country, like pick up in Chicago and deliver in Indy and then pick up at Fort Wayne and go to California. Yeah, if it's on the way to something better, they're like, take this into Chicago and then we're going to reload you right there and that load goes to Arizona. That's one thing. But just to have a driver do 33-mile load, no. The scissors are mostly in southwestern part of the United States and California. Oh, that's why I don't get to see them. George Wilson, talking steaks, we're getting off the subject. I'm drooling on my phone. Let's meet at the Tom Steakhouse in Melrose Park. Yeah, right. New CDL holder pays from earlier, right? Amazon rates are low and they dispatch their drivers so tight that it's hard to be on time. That's why they're all speeding around, losing parts of their truck, falling off of their trucks. I remember when I started to drive Interstate 68, the National Freeway wasn't complete either. You had to go down the big hill to stop to the stoplight. That's right. There was a light. And go through Cumberland about to smoke your brakes. Yeah, there used to be lights on it. It would end. Oh, my gosh. GP Transco, we're starting a waiting list for drivers in mid-July. If anyone is applying, please be patient. We're not getting a new batch of trucks until mid-July and only have 6 available at the moment. So you have the opposite problem. It's funny because isn't that something? Wow, so some companies have a waiting list and then some can't get enough people. They got to bust them across the country. I wonder why that is. Bob Rohrman. So you remember that too? Sure. He has a lot of dealerships. He just died a couple of years ago here, and I know him. And so I've met him many times because he's always around town. He lived here. He's a huge car dealer. I think Amazon dealers are trying to take the title Best in Crash from Swift. Because they just will take anybody. There's no rhyme or reason to it. A Trucker Hershey needs another truck. Yeah, he can get a truck. Yeah, he can take one of those 6 empty trucks. So the Weiner giveaway, Weiner machine. Oh, there it is. There's the timer. I guess we could do that. So we're going to do that right here from GP Transco. I'm setting a timer. I'm not seeing how much the timer. You hear it? All right. When that goes off and scares me to death, then we will do the giveaway, and that will be on the zip code. You'll have to put in the comments. I don't know why I can't think of anything today. So we'll go back 13. That's what I like to do. 13 from the bottom, from what I see on my screen. We'll go back 13 comments at that point, and that person will be the winner. The rules are in the description. YouTube is not responsible for this. YouTube makes you say that kind of stuff, and they have no part in it. So there you go with that, or I'll get in trouble from YouTube. So we have to mention that YouTube is not a party to this. So that's how we'll do that. And I actually haven't seen a picture or whatever this kind of product is, but so this will be from a GP Transco, direct to you from GP Transco. So there we do. There we go like that. And I lost this page again. Dang it, this thing. The ELG, new viewers, super appreciate it. Drive for a small fleet out of Richmond, Virginia. All right, what do you think about small fleet? Yeah, good. Thank you very much for that, by the way. If yours is near retirement, $350,000, mention this to your dispatcher. He thinks it's retirement since it wouldn't start. Joan Harper needs another car. Yeah, well, maybe Bob Rohrman could help you out with that. I will say that. Bob Rohrman. 33 cents a mile is wow. It was 33 miles into Chicago. I want the Weiner machine. Yeah, the amazing Weiner machine. The best part of the giveaway is watching Mark jump when the timer goes out. It's because I can't see it. All right, it's just sitting over there because I don't want to be able to influence anything. And then somebody said, "Well, that wasn't fair" or whatever. So I actually cannot see it. It's just sitting there clicking away. So it does surprise me a little bit. GP Transco is not. It's that Freightliner. If it needs parts, some parts is they were waiting 30 days for. Well, that's a lot of waiting time. I would say 30 days of pay. I'll put it in the terminal for the drivers. YouTube is not a part of even YouTube anymore with all the censoring. Well, I mean, it's a private. Censoring is interesting because it's private, and you don't really have a right to it. They're not really censoring anyone. You still have a right to speak. Right? Like you can go in front of the courthouse and yell at them all day. They can't do anything to you, but YouTube's a private thing. And so they censor it. Like, when I put out anything, a blog or whatever, there's comments, and I'll throw comments off of there too. People don't have a right to post whatever they want on those comments. So it just depends. We're responsible for the wieners that this roller will cook, not YouTube. Somebody's got to be responsible for those. I thought the horror stories at Amazon DC and South Dallas were just stories. They are true. Over 2-mile wait to get to the DC. Oh my gosh, Joe, 2-mile wait. How long does that take? Oh my gosh, 2 miles. I know coming back now, that Love's at the 133 on I-65, because I go by there every day, is packed full of day cabs because that's the exit to go to Amazon there in Lebanon. Oh my gosh, it's packed. I used to have a Weiner machine, but then became a lesbian, so I don't need it anymore. So you give it to somebody that could use it. You might want to take it down to the manhole. I think there's some use for it down there. I've got 6 years, 100% incident free, pulling $11.75 a week home every weekend. All right, 2016. Oh, that's Freightliner, Cascadia with 510, doing 2,500 miles a week. All right. What do you think about that? Not bad? I mean, especially if you do the same thing. 33 cents a mile. What do you do with all the extra money? No doubt. Martin needs to put on his brown pants. Yeah, for this, Alexander, I do. I need to put pants on at all since I didn't get a video out yesterday because I was getting the wife ready. She's out with her sisters this week, so it's no pants week for me, although pants today for the show, of course. Just so you know, when this roller wiener, I'm going to start a side hustle in the truck stop parking lot. I'm going to sell wieners, or I can rent you a spot to heat your own wiener for 50 cents. I would like to see that Craigslist ad. I can rent you a spot to heat your wiener. All right, put that on Craigslist. Contact me on Craigslist. You may want to mention that. Hand a few cards out at the manhole for that, too. So my 2017 Peterbilt had a light on the dash saying, shut off engine, or damage will occur in 10 minutes. Later, it drove fine. It's some kind of computer, right? Some sensor went bad in it. And that's the other problem. You know, there's a million sensors. So the truck's fine, all the sensors. I'm happy, but everyone seems to be dying to get drivers where I run. I run mostly all this. Oh, yeah. Look, these states, honestly, who wants to run in those states? You live there, but I mean, if you weren't there, would you want to run the Northeast? Probably not. That's why, you know. But you live there, and I say to anybody, whatever job you work at, if it works for you, stay there. You're going to be much happier, and it's going to be a lot better life for you. Money isn't everything. Creature 937, Weiner, yeah, no doubt. Does everyone know that they need to do in the chat in order to win? Look, I just go back, right. Maybe I don't explain this. When the buzzer goes off, I go back 13 people from the bottom of the chat that I'm seeing, and that's the winner. And that person then needs to put in the comments their zip code, and so that we can match the address that you sent me to the zip code in the comments, so we don't get a million people saying I win. So there you go. Because people's name here may not be the name that you email me. Misty, 33 cents a month doesn't cover your caffeine habit. You need to cut out that those energy drinks. Holy moly. But remember, free refills at the Sizzler. My wife carries my wiener machine in her purse. Nice. Thanks, GP. I'm watching you. GP5 or Jump, I'm coming to you. Heard good things about GP Transco from every GP driver. Yeah, that's true. Go talk to any GP driver on the road. That's the best. That's the best thing a company could do, really. It's the ones on the road that are going to sell the company. Way more than the company itself. It does. No pants week. I had that last week. Best week ever. It's Mr. Plow. I know. Then the wife will come back for a short period and then fly out to Seattle and gone for 3 weeks. So that's going to be really something. I really am going to work as a McDonald's worker because I can't find local work. Just depends where you are, right? Because of where you are, and really the one place you were looking at, I don't know what the problem is there. I really don't. If you have any questions, let us know for GP Transco. Did you win? Not yet. It's Cheeseburger Week in Indianapolis this week. Why? Because Cheeseburger in Paradise closed down there. I'll start a restaurant, Al's Hot Wieners. Yeah. Joan Harper is getting tired of what, though? Our CEO at GP Transco, who's a pilot, will be given a private flight to the driver of the year. Really? What kind of plane does he have? Does he own a plane? And what kind is it? When I'm over the road, it's sandals and shorts and tank tops. That's true. Some people on the road, but, you know, I guess you can't go pantsless when we're on the road. But, hey, it's home time. Although the cat doesn't even like it. She's in the back. When her chicken dinner... what if GP Transco is lucky number 13? Companies that give away cannot win their own giveaways. Although that would be good. They could just, that would be really good. They could give it away every week, win it, and then... People use fake names on YouTube. I don't understand it either. I thought on the internet everything has to be true. So I did write to Al Gore about that. What kind of plane is it? Yeah. What kind of plane does he have? I'll switch to caffeine-free Diet Coke. Well, that's like just brown water, basically. Unpopular opinion. It's okay to dump people on the grass. It's not okay to throw people on the grass. George Costanza. It's probably better, but still not great. How about this? Can we just, I don't know, just only use a bathroom? Is that possible? Oh. So you're all alone. Me and the cat. This week. You can get free refills anywhere if you're quick enough. You know, I will tell you that some places, especially at night, if you go in a truck stop and you have one of their cups, they just wave you. They don't, because they're too lazy to ring it up. Because people are lazy, like Bezos said. That's a good question. What is GP Transco 13? I'm a pilot. I can fly that. All right, Trucker Hershey could fly it. So what kind of plane is it, though? Did I miss it? Oh, Bonanza. Oh, nice. A beach Bonanza. Sweet. So if I understand correctly, YouTube is responsible for this giveaway, and I need to figure GP Transco zip code. Yes, YouTube is responsible. I can't say that right. YouTube is not responsible and has nothing to do with the giveaway, per YouTube rules. Oh, not tired of anything, just tired. Yeah, look, cats do it all day. They don't think anything about it. So take a nap. They actually say naps are good for you, to be honest with you. Also, I think drivers who park a bobtail in a whole trucking spot should have their airlines cut. Park on the curb. Yes, go move out of the way. At least at the Loves at the 133, they're all parked behind the fuel island where I see them. So Missy's going to head out, going to get some Sizzler, then a pedicure. So my Tootsies look fabulous at Birkenstocks. At least they look good. And enjoy that Sizzler. That is going to be super great. Oh, I wish I was out there. I would go with you in there and eat everything in that place. I have not been in a Sizzler in so long. Stop drinking energy drinks. Years ago, only drink coffee that I make at home. Well, it's still kind of an energy drink coffee, I guess, right? Let's see here. I want to win. Who doesn't, right? Is it an F-14 Tomcat? Oh, that'd be great. Place owns an F-14. Just picked up a drop and hook load at the Logue. Was in a 57-foot trailer. They've had those for a while. They make them here in Wabash, so I see them all around town. Yeah, they're 57s that go out west, absolutely. They take them up to the railroad, I think in Remington. Here, because there's a railhead up there 35 miles north of here, but I see them come out of Wabash, 14 foot high, 57 feet long trailers. So yep, only because they're parked all around town. Everywhere you look, there's 1,000 trailers parked. Misty, in my younger days, I could have pulled off a thong bikini and flip-flops when I drove. Wow, that'd be something, getting out of the truck with that. Winner chicken dinner, orientation tomorrow afternoon. All right. So let us know how that goes there. Hope I'll lose weight working at McDonald's. You might, because it's just moving around and stuff. Absolutely. Do they give you free meals there? I always thought they should do that, too. I want a boat. Nice. George Costanza, we really need to have a new driver pet photo every week. Show off like 2 people's truck pets every week. Also look up platform versus publisher for YouTube. Okay, I will look that up. And thank you very much. Platform versus publisher. Last thing I need is a plane. That's all we need. Brown water is not good for you. Oh, that did surprise me. So that did surprise me. Holy mackerel. 8, 9, where am I? 12, 13. Ryan, Knigge. Right there. Ryan, Knigge. Ryan Knigge. So, give me a zip code. Ryan Knigge as the winner is 13 on my screen right now, which surprised me slightly. So I never really thought about it, and I'm all like self-conscious about it. So I guess when you're on like this, you can't be too self-conscious. So that's the winner for today of the hot dog machine. Once I get a zip code, let me know, and then email me your address, which the email is on the screen. You don't have to do it right now, right? No problem. Email it anytime this week or whatever. You know, if you're driving, I don't want you to get do anything unsafe. So it doesn't have to be like immediately. Just give me the zip code. Oh my gosh. Yeah, GP Transco, how do the drivers like the computer screen of the dashboard? Is that having any problems? And is there like an age on it? I always wonder, is that an age thing? Because they were talking about apps this week too, parking apps. 85% of people that were 35 or younger use parking apps, and only like 12% of people that were 55 or older use parking apps. So I thought that was pretty interesting. What I just learned is Trucking Answers is not the person to get restaurant recommendations from. Sizzler. Look, Sizzler is the best. For $5, you can go in there and eat for like 3 hours straight. You don't have to eat all week. That's pretty awesome. So, are all these MCs offering cash bonuses, motor cares, actually paying it, or is it tiled up in 1,000 requirements and paid out $1? Look, each one has its own requirements. Like I see US Express is probably the most common one, 1,000 a month for a year. That's what they're saying right now. So I assume at 30 days, you're going to be pounding on the desk and saying, where's my $1,000? So that's what you should do. Whatever the requirements are, make sure you follow them so that you get the cash bonus. And yeah, I assume they're paying them. I do assume that. I don't see a lot of people writing saying, oh, they didn't pay me my bonuses or whatever. So whatever they offer, make sure you get it. Make sure you do what they say and you get it. These comments are restroom wall equivalent. Well, there's no poetry here, which we could do. No free meal tickets. Oh, free meals working but half. I can still pull off a thong bikini and flip-flops. I'm still at my high school weight. Yeah, no doubt. Oh, man. You're the only one that is still at their high school weight. So, especially the integration with CarPlay and Android Auto. That's amazing that it does that. That is Android Auto's finally. So everybody has navigation right there on the screen. Interesting. I don't use it, though. The Escape has the integration. I don't use it. My suspenders disturb the cat. For air shows, I prefer the AF Thunderbirds over the Navy Blue Angels. I haven't seen any of those, and they come to Terre Haute every once in a while. Heard of the Blue Angels pilot speak at a CCG conference. Oh, very impressive. Nice. You know, I'm waiting for my invite to speak at one of these conferences. The Bull Hauling Bulldog. Any local jobs around Columbus? for GP Transco. Has anyone heard the company MC Van Kampen Trucking? I've heard of them. What are we competing for? A hot dog machine that I've not seen a picture of. Some kind of wiener roller machine. So, by the way, our VP of Business Development, Sergey Bort, will be speaking at the CCJ Symposium this August in Alabama about driver pay and fair treatment of drivers. See you there if you're going. Yeah, anybody going to that? That's good. I mean, go pound it into their heads for everybody that's there about that. Fair pay and treatment. Treatment is the thing. All these companies, there's a ton of them now that have been raising their pay, everyone, I'm going to raise our pay. And they still can't get drivers because that isn't the problem. That's not the problem, I don't think. George Costanza has the common poetry, as we see here. Only over the road at the moment when we're looking to hire 1 or 2 local drivers in Illinois, probably around Joliet, around the headquarters, 76118. All right, so just email me your address for that zip code, and we'll get that address to GP Transco, and thank you for that. And thank you to GP Transco for the wiener machine that I have not seen, which also rhymes and could go on a bathroom wall. So I appreciate it very much, and so will Ryan. Send me a picture of your, I was going to say, send me a picture of your wiener, but send me a picture of the wiener machine. Alexander, no one needs to see me in a bikini. It's scary. Hey, like we say, body positivity, right? You got it. Put it out there. That's what I say. Let's put it, just get it out there. Don't ever think about don't care about what other people think. Certainly, something like that. Hey, top 100 for hire carriers. Who's the number 1 mega carrier on the list this year? The highest rated mega carrier, and they are number 4 on the top 100 for hire carriers that just came out. Top 100. The sign-up bonus is $50 after 30 days, and after 16 after 90 days. Hey, I'll take it. Any money like that? And maybe they do give it to you on an arch card. I would take that too. I mean, it's still money. It's still money. I mean, even if Amazon gave you a hiring bonus on an Amazon card, worth it. A company gives it to you at their store, that's not worth as much probably. 57s are 13.7. Well, I've seen some of them here marked, George Wilson, that are 57s are 14 feet. It's marked 14 feet. So, yeah, I would only pull them out west, and I think that's where they go. From what I understand, they ship them out to Dallas or somewhere out there like that, but they're around town. They're just here sitting around town. There's no bridges in town to go under, so. Cash King Trucking, congratulations, Ryan. May your wieners be warm and plump. That sounds almost like a holiday message. And that's actually that was actually right over the door of the manhole over at Christmas time. So that was their holiday message down there. Let's see. The number 1 biggest carrier on the top 100 was UPS again. UPS. Number 2 is FedEx, and 3 is XPO. The top 3 as normal, right? That's our top 3 usual. Let's see, where did I go to here? That guy. Oh, right. July 7th is Safe Driver Week. Also, is anyone coming to the Trucker Jamboree? Just want to know that before I drive 600 miles out there. If there'll be anybody there on that Saturday, I will come out there and say hello to even one person. I'll drive out there for just one person to the Trucker Jamboree. I took the day before it off already, July 9th. So I'm off that day so that I can sleep to go there, because coming in late, some days I don't get in till pretty late, depending. Stocks today, yellow, 648, Roadrunner, 471. You know what? We should have been in at $1.50 on that. When they were down in $1.50 and down in the doldrums, we thought they're going to close, and here they are at 471, making a comeback. They're not even a penny stock anymore. Isn't that disappointing? It's so disappointing to me. George Costanza loves is now having French toast, sausage, egg, and cheese sandwiches. Absolutely better than roller wieners. Well, nothing is better than a wiener. That sounds like a super complicated sandwich. And the problem always was, over the years of these sandwiches, in the thing that's just sitting there, you don't no longer get to bend there. After a while, you get kind of soggy or whatever. And the date, there's a time on them, but you can't pick each one up and look at the time, especially now. They get all weirded out about you doing that stuff. And you're opening it up, and you can, especially when you taste them and you put it back in there. You can't, like a piece of chocolate at home when you got that big box of chocolates and you try a couple of them, it's not the one you like. They don't like you to do that at the Loves, apparently. I thought I saw GP Transco Air One parked at DuPage County Airport. Is it a teal Beechcraft? Really? Oh my gosh. XPO hasn't bought any companies in a while. Wonder what they're planning. Oh, I'm sure they're thinking about something. I'm sure they got something on their mind. Number 6 is Swift. You would think that'd be the biggest mega carrier. They're not. There's one mega carrier bigger than them. 7, Schneider. 17 is Werner on the list. Prime is 18. And let's see, U.S. Express is 21. And the other big one on the list, England, 25. But who's the biggest mega carrier of all? John Harper bacon and egg cheese biscuits. Oh, the wife from there is just sausage biscuit only. That's it. No, nothing else on it. I'm like, that's like the stupidest, driest sandwich I've ever seen in my life. Here's your lousy sausage biscuit sandwich. Hilarious. Planning to do the first voice GP Transco this summer. A quarterly submission of questions by drivers and our CEO and VP of Business Development answering them on video for drivers to view. Oh, that's a good idea. Why don't you do that every month or week or something? Yeah, that's not bad. Will that be like a in-cab, not in-cab, but like company drivers only, internal? And a chocolate milkshake? Oh, can you get that for breakfast? Oh, no, you can't because they go, the shake machine's broken. How do I find your email? It is likely on the screen right now. No, it's not teal. It should be. It should say GP Transco 1 on it. That's exactly what it should say. I thought the Coyote was going to get the Roadrunner this time. It was close. Howdy, folks. Been a minute and major changes have occurred. Captain Flatbed. Like, what has happened? We'll try to get to Iowa, but can't promise it. All right, well, we'll talk about it. It's a few weeks, and I'll ask as we get closer to that. If somebody will be there, I'll cruise out there. But it is a 600-mile round trip for me. So I don't mind doing it if anybody will be there, even one person. Do you remember that from the 80s, the clapping song, Big Mac, Filet of Fish? No, I remember the Big Mac song, 12 beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on sesame seed bun. But I don't remember the Big Mac, Filet of Fish. No. Where's Milton? I didn't see Milton. I didn't write them all. I didn't write all 100 down. They are probably on the list. I went just through the first 25. Cash King Truck and JB Hunt. Yeah, that's exactly correct. JB Hunt is number 4 on the top 100 for-hire carriers, and they are the largest, what I would consider a mega carrier. I actually wouldn't consider Melton a mega carrier. I don't think they're not big enough, and I don't know if they want to be considered a mega carrier on that list. Certainly. Did you need an escort for that? If you said that, I didn't catch that on there for that large load. Did you get the Vax? No, John, have not. 33 cents a mile is the biggest. Yeah, they're the ones doing it. No Vax here yet. How many insurance claims do you think the mega carriers do in a week? Well, the more trucks you have, the more claims you'll have. I do think that. Part of it is their fault, right? But part of it is just the fact of having more drivers. I think you're just going to get more insurance claims, right? There's no way around it. You might do monthly, but it'll only be for GP Transco drivers. Oh, it's too bad. Maybe take, just thinking out loud, not that anybody cares, some of the questions that might relate to, everybody, and post them in some kind of Q&A or FAQ on your website so that people can do it. Oh, listening. Sorry. Okay, well, somebody post that. Cisco is the biggest carrier. Cisco is not on the top 100 here that I saw. They're not the biggest. They could be. I didn't write that down. But the biggest one is UPS. Deadhead from Terre Haute to Fort Wayne headed to Manteca, California. That's pretty good. I'll take that whole load. That's great. We get called a mega carrier periodically. Thoughts, GP Transco? No way. You have like 400 or 500 trucks, right? And no way. Mega carriers have a certain way of doing business. I think a mega carrier probably is somebody that will train drivers. That's number one. And really runs their own school, basically. Kind of has a whole pipeline. And then spits them out at the other end of it, where they don't have a way for experienced drivers to make a good living without being trainers. That's a mega carrier, and they're huge, thousands, of trucks, 5,000 trucks, maybe 2,500 trucks at least. That's what I would think. What do people think about that? How do you define a mega carrier? I think they have to train and have to take people out of truck school, train them, and then not have a way for them to make money after they stay after training. GP Transco, you have 500 trucks. All right, I think that's a lot. I mean, that's not much. Like 500 trucks is no problem. That's, hundreds of millions of dollars of business a year. But I think it's mega carrier, partly size, but partly the way that the drivers are treated there. They have a fuel route, that kind of thing. There's a lot of different things to it. The JB Hunt container game is massive. Yeah, JB Hunt got into containers like super big. They hire, I don't know how many ads they run in Indianapolis to run containers all over the place. And a number of drivers have written to me from JB Hunt and said, hey, Mark, it's not so bad here at JB Hunt running this stuff around. It pays pretty good, and they're making good money, and I think that's great. So, but the lineup, for the dry vans, maybe they're going to get out of that. George Costanza did not need an escort. Okay, I had some special routing. Otherwise, Mississippi, no problem. All these other states. Okay, good. So just follow routing, no escort. That's great. And it paid all that extra money all the way across the country. UPS is the largest one. They are. UPS by far was number one on that list. By far. Was GP Transco on the list? I didn't go all the way through the list. 500 trucks is not some small place. I will say that. I read Home Depot's buying their own container ship because of shipping delays. Wow. Wow, can you swipe that? Do you debit card that? I mean, how much does that cost? Will be labeled the Ever Depot. Makes my 5 trucks and 8 trailers seem inadequate, Captain Flatbed. Look, that's nothing to sneeze at, Between those new, certainly rebuying that stuff new, that's millions of dollars of, well over $1 million of what's going on there. That's nothing. That's good. You're going to need employees. That's pretty good. The food service companies are a little different because they actually sell the product and transport it. Oh, because they have their own product. It's not about your fleet size. It's about how you use it. That's true. It's not what you got, but how you put it to work. I refuse to go back to a mega carrier. It's a mindset thing. It's although I do think it's a size thing. But it'd be tough to be a mega carrier with 10 trucks. But probably if you had 10 trucks, you have a different mindset of how drivers are to be treated. And part of it is you probably have an owner that's died or retired. That seems to be for a lot of these. The ones that started it are not the ones running it now. I have a pickup in Laredo on the Mexico side on Wednesday. How does that happen? I didn't know we went that way. Crossed, and you do have to cross the border twice. Don't we exchange in Laredo? I've never crossed with a truck into Mexico. Would mega carriers be making fleet-sized jokes? Oh, nice. We're in the top 250 carriers in the United States. Okay, so you didn't make this 100, but there are other lists. All right, so that's 250. So there's only 200 and some carriers larger than your place already. What do you think about that? Think about it that way. Of the tens of thousands of carriers, most are small. Most never get that large. And so to be one of the largest carriers, you're literally one of the largest carriers in the United States. Time to buy some Home Depot stock. Yeah, the Eber Depot. I like that name. The Hool is here. It's good to see you. Captain Flatbed, we have a disaster relief contract, and it's an amazing deal. All my trucks and all my buddies' trucks, 25 together, now under contract, and all have drivers. See? With no problem. So you can get drivers. But yet, a place with all these benefits in that, like a huge place, can't get drivers. Isn't that something? Because it's not about pay, necessarily. Although it's, at 10 cents a mile, it might be about pay. But as long as the pay is decent, it's treatment. Alexander, we definitely need more drivers here. Time to start getting the word out. All that company is around 300 to 500 trucks, big enough to have a name for themselves, but not too big to be a mega carrier and abuse you. Right. The abuse is the problem, right? It isn't the pay as much as the abuse. And they actually talked about, road versus did drivers leave the road and go local, and then some of them left because a lot of local places work you to death. Right? They're going to put you to work 14 hours a day and ask you to come in. Oh, you have 4 hours? You can come in on Saturday. I don't think that's any kind of improvement. If you're going to run that many hours, you might as well be on the road. You'd probably get better sleep. You're not going to see your family. And if you do, you're going to crash because you're going to be asleep all the time. We have that all the time here. We have long runs too, which I don't do. But we have drivers fall asleep all the time and crash. They're crashing into trucks. They're crashing off the road and stuff. Yeah, and it's because of a weird schedule. And a driver works 14 hours a day. Then they drive home an hour. Then they mess around with their family for a couple of hours. Then they go to bed a couple hours. Well, by Friday, they're crashing into stuff. And then they fire the driver. And I told the company, look, it's your fault. You made the driver tired. You're doing all this. He lives an hour away. Why are you allowing this? Today I saw several trucks in Illinois today with dual license plates. I've seen a couple of those. I took a picture of one of them. Yeah, dual plated trucks. So why are we going down there? They're already here. England music season. Laredo, the driver will take it down there and then bring it back to the to Laredo. Danny, yeah, I thought so. Right. I started at CRST in 25 at 16 cents a mile. Ugh, they're only slightly better than that now. Happy Rural Arena Monday to all end users. Jim Trucker, it's good to see you here. Company like Cheeseman gets you home weekly or every other week. Yeah, look, on the road, you got to ask, how often am I home, and is that okay with you? Some companies want you out for a long period, and look, that's okay with me too. As long as everybody's upfront about everything, I don't mind if they said you're out 6 months at a time. If you agree to it, then that's okay. For some people, that would be fine, being gone. If it's not fine, just don't work there. I'm never mad at the company for saying that. People write to me about that all the time. Look at this company, Mark. They want you to be gone for 4 weeks. I'm like, well, don't work there. I mean, don't agree to go there. Then if they say you have to be out 4 weeks, it isn't a problem. They're being upfront with you. I'm happy about it. Would you rather they say, oh, we can get you home every weekend and then you're gone for a month? I mean, no way. As long as everybody's legit on it, it's fine with me. Oh, darn Siri. How's with England? And it used to take loads down to Laredo. Another driver would take it to the border, right, and bring it back. Exactly. That's all I've ever done, too. Always at any of these border cities, there's some kind of drop yard. Take it to this drop yard or whatever. Drop it off. They pop all the lights out of it and put them in a bucket. I don't understand that. And the glad hand seals after you drop it. And that's it. And you pick up a load there or somewhere in town and leave. It looks like rain. I know it got dark here, too. I was like, holy mackerel, what is going on? My former company had several deaths due to employees falling asleep in their personal cars. Oh, that's even worse. You die on the way home. But part of it is the driver. Look, if you only have 8 hours off because you have an hour commute each way and a 14-hour day, you need to go home and go to bed immediately. But people won't do that. They do other stuff. And so they're sleeping a few hours a night sometimes. That's very unsafe. And that's not worth it. The job isn't worth that. Go get a job that has you work less hours. What if you died in your car? Was the job worth it? It's not worth it. You want a cherry cheesecake? Oh, that'd be super great. They're always out. You go in there to go, sorry, we're out. I used to pull a 57-foot trailer from Houston to Oklahoma for busky lines and ball glass. See, you always see them out west. The only reason I get to see them here is because they make them here in town. And Wabash has a hiring event every weekend if anybody would like to come and do physical labor and work on trailers all day. If you're a welder, they're starting at close to $30 an hour plus overtime in there on their ads. Too many people don't ask the questions. They didn't watch Market Paid for Everything. That's true. Midlife trucker, you get paid for everything house. Yes. You got to just ask all this stuff up front and see if it matches what you want. What do you want? Do you want to be gone? That's no problem. Go to a place where you can be gone. If you want to be home, be home. However it works for you. GP Transco, we interviewed a candidate for Director of Safety. Oh, fancy. She works at a large carrier, 5,000 trucks. They're on the list here then. She told us that as a safety manager, she's responsible for 1,200 trucks. Her managers get 40 trucks. Can you be responsible for 1,200 trucks? I guess it depends what you have to do. Walmart is the largest mega carrier. They are not the largest. JB Hunt is by far the largest carrier, by far. There are companies on here with tens of thousands of trucks. I go to Mexico twice a year and get paid $400 to pick up, and it's a straight shot back to Chicago. A load of Sotol, whatever that is. Really? I never even heard of that. How far do you have to go in Mexico? And aren't the road signs in Spanish? 6 hours sleep in a 36-hour window, you're good to drive, according to the Air Force. Well, don't they give you caffeine or some kind of stimulant in the Air Force, though? Didn't I hear about that? I'm up every hour at night. My bladder works overtime. See, that's not good for driving either. You need to get a good night's sleep, seriously. It's important. Sleep is super important, turns out. I read an article about that. Walmart is a private fleet, not really the same thing like Cisco. Right. That's probably why they're not. Oh, that's why they wouldn't be on this for-hire list, right? I didn't catch that, right. It's the for-hire carriers. Is Swift or Walmart the largest carrier? I'd have to look at Walmart and see how many trucks they have as opposed to these and how much revenue. This went by revenue, I think. But JB Hunt turned out to be the largest for-hire mega carrier on here. If you're going to go to GP Transco, don't forget to ask for your teal socks. Absolutely. And in the wintertime, they should be like teal and red. It would take rice to the border in Tijuana. They would unload it into a rail car, open the wall, and they push the car through there and reload it into a Mexico truck. Huh. JB is the biggest carrier. Joan Harper. They are number 4 on this for hire, and they are the largest mega carrier on the list. Yeah, it was UPS, FedEx, XPO, and which Conway, right? And then JB Hunt used to be. And then JB Hunt. They are beating Swift by 2 spots. I actually don't have number 5 written here. Hey, Mark, the reason the companies took out the Glad seals and lights out of the trailers is because those items would be stolen off the trailers, Robert. I figured they're stolen, but it just seems stupid to me. I mean, Glad hand seals, how much are those in Mexico? Do people use those for cash? I mean, are there signs when you buy something in Mexico at a store that says so many dollars or whatever, or 4 Glad hand seals and a tail light? I mean, I don't know why they're worth anything. The lights might have been worth something. They were incandescent lights then, which weren't super expensive. The Glad hand seals are nothing. They're not worth anything. Alexander goes to Laredo and occasionally don't cross the border. I've never crossed, right? You either unload, which is the best. I found that to be better. Unloading because you have an empty trailer in Laredo. You get no problem getting a load. But otherwise, it's a drop at some either your company's yard or some kind of cross dock yard where you drop. Go down here and drop it, right? Does anyone read road signs? GPS is in English. Midlife trucker. I guess it would work in other countries. I was actually thinking that maybe you'd have to lens each sign, Google Lens, and have it translate. How hard would that be? I thought JB Hunt was the largest truckload carrier. They're the largest on this top. For hire, yes. Pilot is asking to round up for India COVID relief. All right. Pilot, well, I mean, no problem. You can give or not. It's another one of those things, right? You know, when I started at JB Hunt was 16 cents. Wow, in 74. When I left JB in 2003, I was getting 42 cents. I'm 70 and owner-operator pull reefer. 2003 at 42 cents. I mean, there are companies today that pay less than 42 cents a mile to start people out. So every time I pick up a load in Laredo, there's no Glad hand seals. Yeah, well, there used to be a bucket. I remember the bucket. The guy, you'd go to a yard, go to this yard, get this trailer. Where you go, there's no lights or Glad hand seals. So when you would go in, the guy would give you 2 Glad hand seals and tell you to bring the trailer up. That's how I always did it. And so you'd put him in there, bring the trailer up, and he'd reinstall all the lights for you out of a bucket. Yeah, pretty nice. Isn't a Night Swift now? Yeah, I'm just saying Swift. It's Night Swift or whatever in number 6 spot. Absolutely. I don't see that many JB Hunt trucks anymore. I see them all over the place. And I have all these military painted trucks now and stuff. Yeah, I constantly see them. Midlife trucker, we drop and hook in Laredo. I think that's the common thing. To go down to Mexico, never done it. And this is the first person I've heard of actually somebody that went that way. We get all the trucks coming this way, but I've never seen anybody actually go to Mexico, pick up a load, and then come back. That border. I've seen tons of pictures of the getting across the border. How long would that take to cross that border coming back? And do they ask you like they do at the checkpoint? Oh, are you an American citizen? Yep. Okay, go ahead through there. I'm sure no American would lie to us. That's what they said. So absolutely. Oh, flatbeds were $3.14 this week, by the way, and a reefer $3.09. Are you getting more than that? And drivers on percentage. That's what I wanted to ask too. I've seen companies advertise 30% for drivers as a rate. Well, if you're running a reefer at $3.09, are you getting $1.03 a mile on your loads? And if you are, you must be pretty happy. Over $3,000 a week, it seems like that would be possible at 30% as a company driver. To me, if that's the average rate, that's what you should be getting, right? Is that happening? I quit JB Hunt because of the rail. Really, people that are on the rail are some of the happiest people ever, as the song goes, but they're the ones that write to me and seem to enjoy it. Now, maybe they solved whatever problems they had there, but those are the ones that really do seem to do good. We've got to run. Thanks for another good show. See you next week. All right, thank you very much for GP Transco for the hot dog wiener machine thing, and just for being here in general and answering questions. Have fun in that plane. GP Transco. Give them a call. You want to get somewhere. All right, teal and some possibly teal socks, possibly. So, teal socks. The skaters are dead. I repeat, they're dead or dying. Don, I didn't see even one this year. Haven't seen the first one. I hear people are eating them. They put them. There's a pizza place in Ohio that puts them on a pizza. Okay, and then the FDA comes out and says don't eat them, and then Fauci's going to come out next and say something about it. Who knows? But I don't know. All I know is I haven't seen my first one, and I don't know if I'll make the next one. So. Extreme upper 30s, I may not make the next, opening of them. Sultan, JB Hunt entered the container game back in 95, 96 when they went to Santa Fe. Started a temperature control called Quantum. That sounds fancy. Deliver the future. Watch for stowaways at I-35. That's what they're looking for too, right? You got to open the doors, look under the trailer. George Wilson, it's 2021. Why do you wheel for they can't retaliate against you? Who do you wheel for? They can't retaliate. They can always, as we know, everybody's expendable, and you can always be fired. Always be fired. So I think it's just better to keep them out of videos that way, because they can absolutely fire you. Absolutely. They don't need a reason to fire you. That's the problem. I was in Indiana and the cicada were bouncing off my windshield, and we're living through it. Midlife trucker. I haven't seen even one of them. Okay, they weren't bouncing or seeing anything, and I'm pretty much in Indiana too. JB Hunt has 12,000 trucks and 100,000 trailers. Isn't that something? Can you imagine the bill on that? The monthly note, as people call it. Remember that big news story of the driver who was thrown in Mexico jail because he took a wrong turn? Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm in Mexico. But he had a load of guns or something too. Wasn't that the real issue? Wasn't it a gun load or ammunition or something weird? I use acorns to round up. I do 10 times the money, so 99 cents is $9.90. It's the best for passive savings. Oh, Acorn. Okay, I've seen that app. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to save your way to wealth, absolutely. I'm all for it. People need to have some kind of money saved up. I only get asked on the way back. They scan my paperwork and look at my passport, and I'm on my way. The checkpoint north of Laredo gives you a hard time. See, the checkpoints never gave me any kind of hard time, and that was always my issue with it. When you leave Laredo, right a little ways up, there's that checkpoint. And they're always like, oh, are you a citizen? Yep. Oh, okay. See you later. But, do I look like I came from Mexico and I'm here, illegally? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's just that kind of thing. Maybe that's why they don't give me any grief about it. At JB Hunt, you were a road driver, not a container jockey. Yeah, that's the thing. The road, especially back then, wasn't as good for the drivers. But people do write in from there and like it, the container part of JB Hunt. Cash Scheme Trucking. Dr. Fauci says don't eat cicadas because that will require you taking your masks off. You should have said masks. How can you get them through your 6 masks? Wrong turn into Mexico. Just tell them the man needed to turn around and they will hook you up. No, this guy was somehow... There was something with the load. I don't remember exactly. I do know what you're talking about. That load was guns or ammunition or something, and that was what the real problem was. And he went down a road, and he took a wrong turn, and even though there's like a million signs, Mexico this way, no Mexico, don't go this way and stuff, he went down the road and crossed the border, and he had a huge problem. Happens all the time here. Hazmat going to where they're not allowed. They called the local and help them untangle the mess. I thought too, look, if this is any kind of legitimate thing, what he's saying, just turn the guy around and send him back. Hey, America, that way, right? Go that way to America. But they didn't. They arrested this guy. What's a cicada? It looks like a gigantic grasshopper. It's the best way to describe it. They come out, you can Google those up. They come out every 17 years, apparently, except I haven't seen one. And so I may not make the next one. So you can all enjoy them without me. But people are, of course, in America, things we don't understand, we immediately kill. So we're going to kill a bunch of them and eat them. They put them on pizzas. They dip them in chocolate. Anything that walks on the face of the planet, we immediately have to murder. So the Laredo checkpoint had a woman driver get out of her truck because they had 2 heat signatures. The second turned out to be her pit bull. Don't they? Can't you see the shape of it? And wouldn't she say I have a dog with me? Get out of here. It's a dog. I guess. All right. The new thing starting in 1099 land or Chicago is expedited freight and straight trucks. I've seen some of these ads now. B-class drivers wanted. Yeah, 1099. Same thing. Same scam as always. And of course, in Chicago, outside any of the Lombard, Bensonville, all these Chicago suburbs, right? That's where this is all headquartered. I assume they're all same P.O. box in some nondescript building. JB Hunt stock is $159 a share. Oh, I haven't. Yeah, but where was it? I mean, is that any good? And should you have bought it when you left there? Probably. That sounds like the lamest excuse for a busted smuggler. Hey, I was going the wrong way, but he has a whole semi. How do you smuggle a semi in on a road? There's guards and stuff around. Miss the US 129 has signs for 15 miles telling trucks are banning it. Every month some trucker gets stuck on it. And did you see this idiot? I think it was Colorado on some mountain pass. I'm not sure if it was Colorado. The road, it's a gravel road with like big gravel rocks where you need like Jeep kind of off-road tires because they're so pointy. That's what I was thinking of, flat tires. He went around some mountain pass road and got his semi stuck. Duh. It's a single lane gravel road. Do you think, when you turn down there, do you think, oh, I think this is probably a legitimate road. Here we're following our GPS again. Can't you set the GPS no single lane gravel roads? I mean, who goes down this road? He was stuck and it took a few hours to get him out of there. Idiot. The loud chirping bugs you hear at night in the south and southeast. He's not in the southeast. Had a neighbor as a kid. Dad worked for Ericsson in Nepal. Did not eat most Western candy. Deep fried crickets and other bugs covered in chocolate. He did. Oh, he'd love these chocolate covered cicadas then, I guess. Maybe he could stop off in Ohio, if he's still with us, and send him over here and get one of these cicada pizzas. When I go to the zoo, I can't help but think how tasty these animals look. I know, I'm like, you know what? I've already imprisoned these animals wrongly. Let's shoot them and eat them. Incredible. You mean the jail, the animal jail. That's 129 in Tennessee. Yeah, these idiots go down these little tiny roads, and then they get stuck. But this guy was on some little gravel road where you'd need an off-road vehicle to get across it. Just because of the tires. You can't take these thin 45 sidewall tires down these roads. Not going to happen. Big cam crickets. Yeah, these would be big cam crickets. Right, these are 444 crickets. Remember those? The volume of trucks going in and out of Mexico, someone is bound to play the odds so they don't target them. This wasn't on a normal road. If you want to play the odds, he should have gone through a regular checkpoint like a normal person. They just busted some idiots here in Lafayette. They came from Frankfurt. They're speeding. Okay, speeding. Frankfurt's like 10 miles south of here for people that don't live here. Super fast, like 90 on the interstate. So bingo, cops they run them all the way into town. And they had like, I don't know, 30 pounds of dope with them or something. Hey, if you're going to run dope around, maybe set the cruise at 70 out there on 65 so people don't notice you. Idiots. I mean, they deserve to go to jail. The guy bounced over the bridge edge and made it. Remember that guy? Dude from Norway took 18 hours from Oslo to Gothenburg. Wound up caught in a train crossing in the middle of the woods. He said the GPS set to walking. Don't you notice that when it's on walking and it says 417 days to get somewhere, though? And this is going to be a really long trip. I bought JB Hunt stock from day one. They went public in 1982. Oh, all right. So no wonder you're all set then. Because I'm sure that has gone up. Remember the Swift driver that got arrested and fined for not answering the questions at the checkpoint? I remember that too. I'm not answering any questions. Why not? They're just asking, are you a citizen? I don't have to answer any questions to you. That's never a great idea. Okay. All right. Get out of the truck. The tow truck they had to send the guy was even bigger. Yeah. And it can only go one way. It's a single lane mountain pass. So I think one came from one way and one came the other way. There's a video of a trooper asking a driver why he off-roaded over. Their driver handed him his GPS. He was following it. Yeah, I was just following this. This is the problem. I would always teach people on a map, an atlas, how to route yourself around so that you can see the roads super tiny. When it's just a gray dotted line that says, not accessible in winter or not maintained, maybe that's not the road you want to take as a bypass, ever. An unmaintained single lane gravel road with big chunky gravel rocks on it. Well, that normally takes 7 hours and it took him 18 hours. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Oh, I'm stuck and because I have it set on walking. But if it took 7 hours walking, this is going to show, 3 weeks or whatever, if it would have taken 7 hours driving. That's the problem. I'm a sovereign citizen. You have to, right, send bail money. Yeah, I don't know what that driver was thinking at the checkpoint when they're not answering the questions. They're not asking invasive questions or anything. They're just, are you a citizen? I refuse to answer. Well, then you can't come in. King Trucking, are you a citizen? I know my rights. I'm going to need you to call my lawyer. Yeah, that's how that went. It's the stupidest thing. Yes. If you just say yes, you can generally leave. They've never even looked at an ID for me or anything. And even if they did, I would give it to them. Oh, I'm not giving you my ID. How do I know who you are? Well, I'm at a checkpoint in a uniform. That might be one way that you know who I am. That Swift driver that got arrested was Canada-U.S. border. Oh, there was somebody down at one of these at the southern border with this. That did this. I'm like, send Big Bill, Big Enos, or Burdette. I'm going to send Big Enos down there. It's not the GPS, it's stupidity on the driver's part. Once you're on a road that's turning into a single-lane gravel road, you're like, oh, I could probably make this. I could probably do it. There's huge rocks jutting out and stuff. Come on. This is where sometimes we are our own problem. Joe Ritchie from Holland Enterprises enjoyed the show and the review. Oh, good. Well, thank you very much. We're blessed with tons of interest this week. That's awesome. I hope some drivers work out for you there. Got to roll. See you all next week. All right. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. That's Joe Ritchie from Holland Enterprises. Operators are standing by, waiting for your call, as they say. Operators are standing by. Possibly 24 hours a day. I actually don't know that. What I do on the road when I take my 10-hour break is set a timer for an hour and a half after I'm off duty, and that's my last chance to go in the bathroom before I lay down for the night. So you have to set a bathroom timer to wake up. 2001 monolithic. You have no right to refuse a search in a commercial vehicle. In your own vehicle, you can and should refuse a search. Yeah, I mean, you're driving a commercial vehicle, and I will tell you as an employee, everywhere I've ever worked, including here, would fire you immediately for refusing. It's their truck. They would say, absolutely, you follow whatever the officer says. So if they heard about that, they'd fire you. You'd be fired for no question, and a lot of companies would do that. In your own car, that's another thing where you'd have to speak to a lawyer or a local FMCSA field office. But absolutely, in a truck, just go along with it. I'm a citizen, okay. There's a local saying, the loony bin in Norway has no roof because it's too expensive to roof the entire country. We say the same thing here about Norway. That's pretty funny. Are you a citizen? You see. Well, I think they probably do speak Spanish, to be honest with you. The Canadians don't mess around. They're not Texans. They get mean to you. What are you bringing? Do you have any cigarettes? They were always about cigarettes. I went to Canada a few times for 3M. Hey, what do you got? Some cigarettes in there? You have cigarettes? No, I don't have any cigarettes. Oh, you sure you don't have any cigarettes? Pigpen. Oh, goodness. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. No, I don't have cigarettes. Why? Do you want a cigarette? He goes, well, do you have cigarettes? Well, I don't know. How many? Do you want one? I mean, they were all about the cigarettes. Our roster's here coming late. How's it going? Doing great today. Was sweating it out yesterday. Nice today. I don't answer any questions. What you should do is write something. Oh, that'd be funny. On a piece of paper, I'm deaf, and hold it out there. I don't speak. I'm mute. JB was $6 a share. In a month, it was $25. We had 2 stock splits, 2-for-1s. Oh, so that's awesome. If you bought it all those years, that's actually pretty awesome, to be honest with you. I keep sending my application. I might have to try a different color crayon. Yeah, I've crayoned it in there. The guy that was talking to, the driver, there was no road. It was 100 or so yards away. Nice. Yeah, I remember there was a big problem with that, and he wasn't on the road, and it was a gun load or something, right? It wasn't a normal load. GPS with probably Waze or a phone GPS set for a car, not for a commercial truck. Not a good idea to route that. I agree. Now, look, I use Google Maps, but it's for cars. It's for cars. So if I was going to go somewhere that I didn't know the route, right, I would map it out or look in a different way. I wouldn't count on it 100%. Hey, just let me in. I need some Tim Hortons. Oh, and poutine. They would love that, and I'd be in for that too. Plus, you can get Tim Hortons in Ohio. Tobacco equals tax revenue. Oh, yeah. I mean, the way he was doing the cigarettes, though, I mean, they were like all about making sure no cigarettes came in. Just cigarettes? Are there cigarettes in there? No. I mean, he was probably amazed I don't smoke. Because it seems like the population, it's a low percentage of people, but of drivers, it's not everybody, certainly, but it does seem like it's a higher percentage than the general population of people that smoke. We need companies like Leeway and CF and Transco and Time DC to start up. Oh, nice. CF. Boy, that was a mess. For those of you that weren't there, the company one day just closed. A Consolidated Freightways nationwide company just closed. Canada exports their drugs. They don't want any of our drugs here. And you're making it difficult to cut the smoking habit. Please don't smoke. It's not good for you. I will say that. heard it said you should not eat cicadas because people that have crustacean allergies like shrimp will get sick. That's what the FDA says. If you have an allergy, which I didn't know, it's the most common allergy in the United States. Of all the allergies, this is amazing, they said 90% of people that have an allergy, it's a crustacean allergy. They can't eat shrimp. And so, yeah, they apparently you also can't eat a cicada. I don't know. When I go out, I'm like, boy, there's a lot of bugs out, and I'm kind of hungry. I think I'll just go eat some of them. But apparently people do, because that's America. Let's just eat everything that we can't murder, but shoot it or put it in a cage. Let's eat it. So that's what they're doing, and they said don't do that. So if you can't eat shrimp, you also can't eat a cicada, turns out. Do you know this dude rocking a big rig, dresses to the nines, usually does a lot of cabin loads and talks really wide? No, I don't know that guy. Mark gets the cheap Indiana cigarettes and run them to Milwaukee. Trucking entries. Yeah, there were signs when you went into Illinois, from living in Hammond. Illinois is right there across the border, that it's illegal to smuggle cigarettes and all that because people were doing it all the time. Tried to smoke some weed with a girl down in Laredo when I asked if she had some papers. She took over. Hey, you don't need papers for that. Diesel smoke isn't good for you either. That's true. That's true. They say now it's so clean, though. How about that? It's just so clean. And just to think, drivers used to make it to destinations with a simple phone at a restaurant booth. Yeah, or a payphone and a map that you bought at the truck stop. We used to get all over. You didn't hear about this, about people getting stuck in mountain passes. Now, look at everybody stuck all over the place. Thank God MotorCare's map book you still use. Oh, do you still? You're probably one of the last ones that still has a map. I haven't bought a map in quite a while. I don't think I would get a map now. I'm allergic to nightsticks. I get all sweaty and puffy. A company that was great was Healthcare Transportation that I drove for. Really? Healthcare Transportation. I guess I'll scrap my idea of peanut-filled crustaceans. There are people making a ton of money getting these things and selling them. You can ship them all over the country, apparently. Chocolate cover on peanut butter. Hey, your crustacean's in my peanut butter. Hey, your peanut butter got on my crustacean. That kind of thing. What state do you think I'm in? I don't know. I'm not sure what state you might be in today. People come from, one day they're one place and who knows. Here they banned trucking parking at a big truck stop due to the foreign trucker selling booze to the kids. Hey, how old's your daughter? She wants a booze? Who does that? Who's selling booze to kids? What kids walking around the truck stop? What kind of weird truck stop is this? It's like Blues Brothers. Remember John Belushi is in the restaurant? Hey, your women. How much for the women? Remember that? Who remembers that? Am I the only one? Back in the day when someone got lost in the mountain pass, no one knew about it. Maybe those guys are still stuck there. King. That's true. We're still waiting to find them. There's probably rusted out trucks with a skeleton behind the wheel on mountain passes. That's probably true. And we didn't know anything about it. Mark can't read a map. He reckons the GPS lady's kind of hot. I have her in an English accent. On the last one that I had, right. I changed it to English accent. You can change it in ways. No 6-foot Shakespeare. I got a digital map with directions. That's better. Know the who. I'm not familiar with them. You got to have a CB if you are trailer trucking. You should have a CB. Anyway. When you get stuck, at least in the rain and stuff, snow, you can at least talk to somebody. Maybe you can get some booze for your kids at the truck stop. Maybe. And also if, let's see, where did that go? Oh, right. Also, if you wear it, of course, you should make it a parrot. GP Transco is here today. Gave away a Weiner machine, which I don't know what that is exactly, but we're going to find out. Thank you for being here today. Joe Ritchie from Holland Enterprises was here. Everybody's got to eat. So give them a call. You want to get some food moved around? People need to eat. Fleet Nav Systems was here today. They're going to get some videos out soon. Geotab questions. They've got answers. Cash is King Trucking and Trucking with Diabetes was here today. So go subscribe to both of those channels and go check him out. He's probably live right now because he runs a 24-hour live stream, I think. Jay, don't forget about Jay. Not here today, but will be here tomorrow. Auto Transport Intel. You want to know about cars? He knows more about cars than me because I don't know how to haul cars at all, which actually rhymed. But I have to head out to work whether the wife's here or not, so they make me do that. Cicada or McDonald's? I'm surprised if they couldn't get those in there together. They would. Joe was here today. And the Hool was here today. Creature 937 was here today. Al Johns was here today as I head out to go to work. Flat Highway, it's good to see you today. Map with directions, that's the way to do it, right? Let's see here as I put that. Oh, there it is, right. Let's see. Oh, there's Cash King. Marty is here today. Midlife Trucker, it's good to see you. Me, MRJL Barrett, it was here today. That's always a tough one. I try not to. People that think I'm mispronouncing people's names, I try not to. So, 2001 Monolithic was here today. And don't forget to send me your address for the prize winning. So there, Aaron White, the winner today. Danny was here today. Oh, Pigpen, thank you very much. It was good to see you today. Call me Dane. Thank you for being here. Our Rosser, thank you for being here. I don't get to everybody, but I do appreciate everybody being here. If somebody does think they'll be at the Walcott Truckers Jamboree, please let me know so that I can head out there. That's July 10th, Walcott, Iowa. As we get closer, we'll see if anybody's actually going to be around. Maybe somebody will come. Kenneth will be here today. And let's see, where did I go out to? Flat Highway, and I'm going up my list. Oh, Misty was here today. Thank you for being here. Joan, thank you for being on the show. Don was here today, and let's see, where did I go off to? I keep losing my spot. Alexandra, thank you for coming in. Hope you get your truck back. That stink smoking, yikes. Tell them I want a non-smoking truck. Yuck. Texas Trader was here today, and I hope I get a picture of the Sizzler too, Misty. So there you go, the Sizzler RN, but I have to head out to work as usual. I want to thank everybody for being here today, and there will be more coming up soon on the video department. So let me know what you think, and be safe. We don't eat a cicada.